guys, Nick here. You're listening to the official podcast of 4PlayerNetwork.com, a weekly live show about video games. We're proud to say that we've been at this since 2008 and have remained 100% independent since day one, and that means you'll never have to hear a sponsored ad on this show. So if you want to support what we do, all we ask is that you consider making our silly little show part of your weekly rotation. You can tune in when we record these episodes live every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central Time on twitch.tv/4playerpodcast, all spelled out. If that's not your thing, though, you can also subscribe to the show on your preferred podcast service, join our community Discord at discord.gg/4player, or, if you're so inclined, send us a couple bucks a month on Patreon. And that's it for shameless self-promotion. Time to talk about the latest and greatest in the world of video games. Let's get started. Hey everyone, welcome to 4Player Podcast. This is episode 859. It is actually January 1st, 2026. Happy New Year to those who celebrate. Oh. Apparently Brad doesn't celebrate.
I don't observe New Year. Well, I also don't celebrate.
What's the difference? What's the
Well,
difference?
it's just another day to me.
Well, yeah, it is.
And my future is just tomorrow. Is not just the coming year.
Another day on the calendar.
Yeah, it's a weird way to separate things.
He follows the Chinese Lunar New Year
Chinese
calendar.
New Year, of course.
Didn't know that.
I have to know when all the Chinese babes are celebrating. You know what I'm saying? Sorry.
I guess.
Don't know what that means.
But anyways, it's been a minute since we recorded a show, and it's the beginning of the new year. As you can see, if you're watching us live, we have a little bit of a new look on the stream at twitch.tv/4playerpodcast. We have a new logo. We're working on a new website right now, a new streamlined website I'm excited about, so I wanted to go ahead and mention that at the top of the show. This is actually my first opportunity to send a shout out to Rocksteady in the community for being our graphic designer and putting this new coat of paint on our branding, which is nice. I've been wanting to do that for quite a while, so it was lovely working with Rocksteady and doing that. So if you see him in chat or in Discord, give him some love. We really, really appreciate it. Let's see. Where do I want to go from here? We have games to talk about because we didn't get to talk about Séance of Blake Manor last week or last episode. Did we record last week or was that 2 weeks ago? I can't remember.
Yeah.
That was Christmas. Because Christmas was.
How was Christmas, everybody?
Okay. Oh yeah, we haven't
Christmas!
talked to we haven't had a podcast since before Christmas.
I went and saw Anaconda on Christmas.
I did too.
And
really?
I thought it was pretty bad.
It was dumb. It was dumb. I will say this. It helped that we went to the movie party.
Listen, okay, I bet the movie party probably would have made it funner because there is good stuff in the movie. I think what's wrong with it, and I want to clarify that when I say, like, it's dumb, it's not because of, like, oh, they're making a meta-comedic remake of a 1990s creature feature that was already kind of, like, whatever. It's dumb because that's a fun concept, and every decision they made was, like, the most boring decision. Was the most, like, rote, formulaic. There's, like, 19 different plot threads that go nowhere. Like, yeah, as soon as they introduce a concept, you're like, okay, I bet this is where that's gonna go, and then that's where it goes. There are 2 different productions of Anaconda in the movie. Like, there's 2 different crews making Anaconda movies, and that doesn't, like, mean anything in the movie.
Yeah.
It doesn't, like, it
true.
hardly matters. One of them disappears in 5 minutes. Like,
and it only exists for the like what seems like the momentary, like the moment
set up the end, which is also not
and
that
just
good.
like the in the moment revelation that the sheer absurdity of there's 2 studios making an Anaconda movie at the same time, and then it's like done. But like it had me laughing some. I had a good time with it. The movie party was dumb fun. I actually found out going into the movie, like that was the moment I found out Robin had never even seen Anaconda.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
And I was like, I don't know if I should feel compelled to give you like a summary of this.
Yeah. Yeah, so when you're sitting there going like, oh, I wonder if John Voight's gonna show up, like
I did my due diligence, and I was just like, I need to at least expose her to the John Voight Anaconda meme because I do love that meme. So that was like the only real setup I gave her.
Too bad he's like
a piece of shit.
hardcore MAGA now.
But do you
Piece
remember
of shit,
that?
yeah.
Like, remember when it was back in the day? You know, like Girl Interrupted era.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah,
was
yeah,
like, oh, she hates her father. She's weird. Angelina
Yeah.
Jolie's crazy. And I mean, maybe she still is. But I'm saying,
So
like, now we kind of
willful.
get it, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah,
Back
have you
then, we
ever
didn't
seen
know. We
have you
didn't
ever
know.
seen
We're
the
like,
Will
oh, why does she
Smith
hate John Voight?
Have you ever seen the Will Smith espionage thriller Enemy of the State? It's like
Yes.
Will Smith, Dustin Hoffman, or not Dustin Hoffman.
Gene Hackman?
Gene Hackman. Yes,
Yeah.
thank you, God. And
Rest in peace.
and the villain is John Voight. That movie's
And Seth
not
Green out of
great,
nowhere.
but yeah, Seth Green. Yeah. No, Seth Green and Jack Black were both like nobodies who were just taking whatever gigs they could get, and they ended up being like the intel like,
hackers.
analyst guys in
Yeah.
that movie. Yeah.
Seth
So
Green was in the
funny.
TV movie version of It.
Was he?
Yeah.
As
Oh
like
my
a
God.
child?
Yeah.
The Tim Curry version?
Yeah. I
That's
know, because
crazy.
I was
I
just
did-
watching some of that.
I did not realize that, and I have seen that.
After
a few times.
bouncing off the show, I was like, what's Tim Curry doing these days? Still
he's
recovering
old,
from a stroke, I
but-
think. But I'm saying back then,
apparently
he
he
was great.
like talks and stuff better now, so
Oh, that's good.
That's good.
that's good.
He was kind of goated.
Wow, this conversation just took a few like really weird turns, but we
We had
it
to
is
talk
what it
about
is.
movies.
Anyways, I hope everybody had a lovely Christmas and New Year. So yeah.
I had family over for my first, Christmas at my house, and
Oh,
I made a
that's
prime rib.
nice.
And it was
Mr.
awesome.
Did Santa
Homeowner.
show up? Did Santa come, Chris Davis?
No, I don't have a fireplace.
Okay, someone's never seen the Santa Claus.
I know.
Hey,
I know he
thought
comes through
he
like
only
the
visits
furnace.
Christians.
I've still got my
Dude,
Christmas tree up.
Do you know?
We didn't
do you
even
know?
put up a Christmas tree this year.
I was watching the Santa Claus at some point last week, probably before Christmas, and so we're watching it, and I'm like, you know what? Hey, Henry, doesn't that guy kind of sound like Buzz Lightyear? And he was like, what are you talking about?
What?
He's like, shut up, Dad. I don't know what you're talking about. It doesn't sound like him at all. What does that even mean? And I realized I don't think he's ever like made a connection to like a live action voice actor to like a voice that he's heard before,
Is that going to shatter his perception of reality when
Might.
he finds out?
Well, if he sees what Tim Allen's been up to, maybe might ruin Buzz Lightyear for him. But yeah, I don't know. It was weird. Like, he did a in the movie, and I thought it was like a ho ho ho, but then we rewound and it wasn't a ho ho ho. He was doing a Tim the Tool Man grunt.
He was buttering his bread with the thing that made him famous.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that movie
It was
sucks.
either-
By the way, that movie sucks. That's not a Christmas classic.
Oh,
People
don't
need
you
to
feel?
stop.
Yeah, but don't you feel kind of warm and fuzzy when Judge Reinhold gets a weenie whistle at the end? Because that's all he ever wanted for
look,
Christmas. and then
I've
he
only
got it.
ever had good, positive feelings towards Judge Reinhold, so of course.
This I feel like I shouldn't admit this out loud. Maybe I'm wrong.
Oh, Nick's never seen the Santa Claus.
No. I've seen the Santa Claus for the
okay.
first time ever. I watched It's a Wonderful Life this year.
Oh,
That was the only. I had never
Jimmy
seen the movie.
Stewart?
Yeah, this is.
good.
I
It's
had
good
never
movie.
seen it before. It's a pretty
wait
good
a
movie.
minute. I'll just wait just a minute.
Yeah, so I don't know how I made it this far in life without seeing that. It seems
I
like
don't know,
it's
it's
a
old.
classic, but whatever. I watched it. It was good.
It's like a Muppet Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet
That's
Nina,
Also
by the
darker.
way.
Yeah, I was like, this is like by the end of because I didn't even really know what It's a Wonderful Life is actually about, and not so I'm watching it, and then we get towards the end of the movie, and I'm like, wait a second, this is basically just like a Christmas Carol, but with suicide. Like what?
Yeah,
Like
no fucking shit.
I
dude.
didn't know this movie was this dark. I guess. I don't,
Or he's like
dark's
up
maybe
on
not
the
right word.
bridge and he's gonna jump.
Yeah, yeah, he's about to jump to his death. I was like, holy shit, this is getting heavy. And I wasn't expecting it to be heavy. But anyways, it's a good movie. Yeah.
That's crazy.
any other
Did we talk
random movie
about
stuff?
Knives Out?
Yeah, we
I
did.
don't
Yeah,
remember.
we
if
did.
we
But I
talked
did
about
watch
that.
it, and it is very, very good. Probably my
It's
favorite.
very good. It's excellent.
Yeah, pretty good.
The
Pretty good.
the continued adventures of Benoit Blanc are amazing. I can't wait for a fourth one.
Yeah,
For real.
it's
For real.
those are definitely fun movies. Oh my god, what was I? Okay, so reining it back in for a second. What the fuck was I saying? All right, guys, for those
Oh,
listening at home,
I was gonna play the
it's
Pragmata
fine.
demo and talk about it on the podcast, and I completely forgot.
You had all
I
this
blame-
time and you forgot to do that. I
I
actually
blame
forgot there was a
Monster Hunter.
Pragmata
I blame
demo until
Monster Hunter. I really didn't
Yeah.
want to start up Monster Hunter, and then as soon as I did, it was over.
What a way to start off the year. You forgot to play a hot new demo and said you played a game that came out in
Damn.
January
Damn.
of 2025. Anyways, real quick, before we get too far into this, a couple things I want to mention. One, if you're watching us live, because we do record these live on twitch.tv/4Player podcast on Thursday nights, I want to try and get, I want to start try. I don't want to go crazy with clips and whatnot, but I do want to try to encourage people to clip things out because I streamed Routine the other night. Somebody clipped something out, and I was like, fuck it, let's. I'm trying to get our social media back up and running, and I'm trying to like see how I can use this stuff. And it was actually a lot simpler than I remember it being in the past. So if you happen to see or hear if there's a funny moment or if there is a what you think is like a really good conversation about a particular game, clip it out and drop the link in our Twitch clips channel in our Discord at discord.gg/4player. I'm going to start trying to pull some of those and get them out there back up
Our
on YouTube.
community
and,
has a New Year's resolution, and that's they're going to leave our Discord channel more and come over to Twitch when we're live.
Yeah, that
They're
would be nice.
failing miserably at their New Year's resolution. I made
Yeah.
it for them as well. I also didn't tell them, but
It's pretty
they're
kind
about
of
to
you,
find
though.
out.
Yeah.
You told them now,
I'm
so
telling
they'll get the
them.
message eventually. So, anyways, I just want to put that out there. I also want we have a couple new things brewing for the show to mix things up a little bit. This week is we're working on ways to gamify the 4-player minute, which I'm actually pretty excited about. Brad had a lot of ideas, and we're working on that. It's not going to be this week, so that you can expect a pretty normal 4-player minute at the end of the show this week. But we're working on some fun things to mix that up a bit. So that's coming.
A normal
Second,
long ass 4-player minute.
Yeah. Second, I've made a long overdue update to our Patreon, and it's simplified. If y'all support us at the $3 tier, we're gonna be taking questions. So we're kind of bringing back viewer questions, but in a very limited capacity. We're gonna start every segment of the show with an icebreaker question. And I have one for each segment this week. So if you want to submit a question, you can either subscribe on Twitch, you can support us on Patreon at $3 tier or higher. The links in Discord, in the Twitch supporters channel, the links on the Patreon feed, whatever. Submit your question. If it doesn't get answered right away, it'll be banked, and we'll pull it on a future episode. You can submit more than one. It's totally cool. Thank you to everyone who's already submitted questions, but I just wanted to make you aware of that because that's what we're going to be doing going forward. So I'd like to start the segment off before we get into things with our first icebreaker of 2026. Are y'all ready?
Let's
Sure.
fucking
Fire.
go.
All right.
I should have let you do
First-
this instead of, talked about Christmas and stuff, but whatever. It's
Oh,
fine.
happy holidays.
Our first question comes from Ash in Queensland, Australia. He says,
Ah.
what non-Pokemon character would you introduce to the PokeDex if you had the power to
Uh-oh.
sneak one in? Example he gave, and this is probably a good example because Nolan's not here right now to answer this question. Dick Butt is now one of the starters in Pokemon.
I got an answer.
Go for it.
Rathalos. Come on now.
Oh, you're going to always bring it straight back to...
Yeah, he's gonna fuck up Charmander or what's his name?
I feel like it has to be like a smaller, like...
They have a
baby
cute version of
version.
of Rathalos in Monster Hunter Stories.
Mm.
But I guess he doesn't evolve. Is there
No,
evolving monsters in Monster Hunter?
You would know way better than I would.
I mean,
Yeah,
aren't there
right.
like dark
What,
versions?
isn't that like
and
what
things
an
like that?
arch tempered?
Well, yeah, but it's not like
They're
they
just
don't
more
go from
powerful
cute-
versions of the same
cute to-
thing.
Yeah.
Like a Rathian and a Rathalos is like a sexual dimorphism,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Like it's woman and man.
Yes.
Yeah. like a
Like-
Nidoqueen and a Nidoking.
That's why if you're playing Monster Hunter Wilds and you start fucking up a Rathian, and Rathalos shows up going, "What the fuck, dude? That's my
wife.
lady." Yeah,
That's my wife.
That's
Stop stabbing my wife. I
That's fucked
actually
up.
missed the question because my internet kind of hiccuped.
Oh, the question is, what non-Pokemon character would you introduce to the Pokédex if you had the power to sneak one in?
Oh, RoboCop. Yeah.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah. RoboCop comes out and he just shoots all the other Pokemon in the dick, and then that's it.
I mean, yeah, that works.
I mean,
I
Yeah, I would say a Metroid because it would only be weak to an ice type.
see, and a
A
Metroid is
Metroid,
actually
right.
already feels very like Pokemon adjacent, like in its design. So I feel like that's
I
a
mean,
pretty good
any
answer.
random bullshit can be Pokemon adjacent these days. There's so
I
much.
feel like there's probably a wealth of options in Hollow Knight, but I'm struggling to think of like what would be the one I would pick.
Does it have to be from a video game?
No,
No.
I don't think so. That then
R2D2?
sure.
I mean, they have. It wouldn't be the first like Android, right? I'm sure they got like a dozen of those,
Are we calling R2D2 an android?
or a robot,
Yeah.
whatever.
He's
Just
a droid.
I know,
Just
I feel
add
like
2
android
letters.
is kind of.
But he's not very androgynous.
Ooh,
He doesn't look
What
like a
if-
person.
I got one. A face hugger. Introduce
Oh, that's pretty
introduce
good.
a little horror.
It also has its
into
own
Pokemon.
like built-in evolution.
Yeah, it's
like-
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder if you could find a way to make a face hugger cute.
Yeah.
No.
Probably
I
not.
do. I am obsessed with ideas of like Mr. Mime. Like that's a guy. Like right? Like
That's just a
Hitmonlee,
dude.
Hitmonchan. Those are just like dudes.
Dudes.
Yeah.
So like, what if like Nathan Drake?
Uh-oh.
Oh.
I think Crispy's. Uh-oh.
Yep, he's gone.
Yep, we've lost Crispy. He'll
Yeah.
come back in a second.
Oh
Well,
fuck.
he's
Oh.
back.
Oh, you're back. You're back. I think your internet cut out for a second.
Anyway,
It probably
You know.
probably picked your answer up on the auto recording, so that's fine.
James
post.
Bond.
I heard Nathan
James
Drake.
Bond should be Nathan Drake. Just any man with a gun.
Or how
Tom
about a
Cruise from
transformer?
Collateral.
Transformer. The transforms instead of evolves. I like it.
Okay,
Just Megatron turns into a gun. Just-
cool. All right, well there you go. That's yeah, there we go. Pokemon.
This is a
I
Nolan
had-
question. I don't know.
That is
For all
definitely-
I
I mean,
know,
he
they're all in
answered for-
Pokemon already, anyways.
He definitely answered for Nolan with Dick Butt because Dick Butt is a fantastic answer. It just makes me wonder what that would evolve into, and I don't necessarily know if I
Nolan
want.
would choose himself so he can be in that world. He's obsessed, man. Every time I see somebody online on my Switch, I already know it's Nolan or Bernadette. I don't know who's playing Pokemon, but they're always playing it.
Then poke it out.
When Nolan does come back, we're gonna be like, "All right, Nolan. So what have you been playing?" And be like, "Oh, Pokemon all day, every day since I left." So
Yep.
we'll have to see what happens there. Anyways, thank you, Ash from Queensland, Australia. We appreciate the question. Let's dig into this, guys. I do want to talk about the Seance of Blake Manor. Brad, how much Seance of Blake Manor have you played?
So I've only played a few hours, but
Okay.
I've definitely gotten like a
You have a firm understanding
yeah.
of how it works now?
I've rescued a couple of people, so I don't know. We'll talk about it. Or you want to open with it? You're saying let's go.
Yeah,
Let's
roll
do it.
footage.
Because we didn't talk about it last week. I have since finished this game, and it's actually a pretty hefty puzzle game. It took me like almost 30 hours to finish this game.
What?
Not
Really?
quite. Yeah, it took me like.
I didn't think
I
it
mean-
would be that long.
I mean, I 100%ed it, so that's probably part. You certainly don't have to. It's one of those games where it's like it's kind of like Mass Effect 2 in the sense that like you're doing all these things, but you don't necessarily have to do them. But if you don't do them, it's going to affect what happens at the end.
Oh,
I guess.
Oh, that's what you mean by
Um,
Mass Effect 2. I was like, because
yeah,
this
yeah,
game
yeah.
actually kind of reminds me of like Outer Wilds. Or not Outer Wilds. Outer
Outer
Wilds is
Worlds.
like Outer Wilds. There's an aspect of this that does remind me of Outer Wilds, and it's the way that information gets added to the menu, which is
Oh,
nice. But
yeah.
yeah.
This
Which
so just
set it
a
up,
little bit of
Nick.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So this is it's as some we were just talking about Knives Out a few minutes ago. That seems appropriate because this is definitely a huge like uh puzzle game where like the central like mechanic of the game is to like all these people have gathered at this manor to participate in a séance. You have been hired by someone you don't know who hired you. Kind of Benoit Blanc-esque, I guess. So you show up here to figure out why one of the people who was coming to the seance has disappeared before the seance happens. So, like, you're trying to figure out what happened to that person. And then as you're trying to get to the bottom of that, you're also learning all kinds of things about all the other people who have gathered there to participate, and all kinds of other like little mysteries pop up that somehow centrally relate and tie back to the seance. So you're trying to solve everything and figure out what's going on before the actual seance. You have, think it's 3 days to do it. So if you get there on Friday,
Right.
the seance is
Yeah.
at the end of the day on Sunday. So there's
When
kind
when
of
you
like
said you
a clock, a
100% of
ticking
the
clock.
game, you were able to do that within that 3 days, or do you like? Is there more
Yeah.
to it that you don't want to spoil? Maybe.
Uh, I was able to do it within 3 days, but I could see how. So here's this. What makes this game interesting, I think, is because there is a ticking clock, but it doesn't. It's not a ticking clock in the traditional sense because time only moves forward anytime you examine something or talk to
Which is
someone.
which is
So
crazy.
like, everything you do advances the clock by a minute, and every hour people around the mansion around the manor will like shuffle around and go to do different things. So
And they have
everyone has like a
schedules and
schedule.
stuff.
They have schedules. So you're figuring out where everybody is and what their relationship is to each other and what they're going to be doing at certain times. So you can kind of figure out how you want to prioritize things. So like from like 7 p.m. to 8 p.m., everybody is kind of where they're going to be. So you have that hour to like find them and talk to them and figure out what's going on
And and,
during
and,
that
and
hour. And then when the clock strikes 8, everybody shuffles around and goes and does
yeah.
something else.
And to be clear, it's not like a loop game. When he says they have schedules, it's still just that 3 days. It's
Yeah.
actually kind of funny how you can like find out someone's schedule. You can do it by like snooping around and stuff, but like, or you could just ask them like, "Hey, what you doing this weekend?" And then they'll be like, "Oh, well, at 9, I'm gonna like go eat
It is
breakfast." And then
funny.
it gets weirdly detailed of every single thing they're gonna do, and I'm like, "Okay, you're a
Yeah.
little too much." This was just
Yeah, slow
small talk, and
down.
you just explained your entire 3 days, but cool.
Yeah, it's like
No,
nightmare scenario for like an introvert
yes,
asking someone in
yeah.
casual conversation, "What are you doing this weekend?" And they give you like a detailed list of their life for the next 3 days. But um
I
it's
was
interesting
surprised
in
that
that
this
sense.
game is also voice acted. Like I thought I was gonna have to be like
Not entirely though, which I think is strange. Like there are
mostly though,
conversations you
right?
can have. It's mostly, but then once you get through like because people have lots of dialogue and you can ask them all kinds of questions. If I feel like I think it's if you ask them a question that is pertinent to like the overarching story, it's voice
Yeah.
acted. If you end up asking them a question about something that's not super important, it's just text.
Because it's open ended,
Um,
because you can ask them like about so many different things that you have found or discovered,
yeah,
and yeah, it makes
but
sense that not all that's voiced, but
the ticking clock thing, the reason it can be like you can run out of time is because not everything that you can examine or ask about is pertinent.
oh my god, it's so fucking frustrating too.
And every time
Because
you examine something and it tells you it's like, oh, it'll be like, oh, this is this thing. It's not that there's nothing interesting. It's like, fuck, I just wasted a minute.
yeah, well,
And the,
no, it's worse than that because I'm like, oh, this book looks really important. I'm gonna use one of my precious minutes, and then it's gonna be like, ah, shut the fucking book. Like it
yeah,
just it's
but
it's like, damn it.
but those things add like that's the kind of like that's what ends up putting the pressure on you because you're like, I know I have to figure everything out by this time on this day, and you get to the point like especially on day 3 where you're like, okay, I still have these many things I got to figure out because your journal is very detailed.
That
You can kind of
stresses
see
me
it.
out, dude. Because so at first I was
It's
kind of
stressful.
reserved. I was kind of reserved, But then I was like, oh, well, I would click on some things and I'm like, oh, that was actually weirdly important and it added something to my, my information. Maybe I should be like more thoroughly clicking on things. And then I started to like discover just how like much could not be important. But then
Yeah.
stuff that seems kind of innocuous actually ends up being like, oh, I was not going to click on this jacket that was hanging on there, but now like I found like a key or something and I'm like, oh
You
fuck. I
eventually
almost
you
didn't
have
click on that.
you eventually have to start thinking about like because you figure out where everybody's rooms are. So you start thinking about what you know about that person and where their room is. You sneak into the room when they're not there, and then you're like, okay, what do I know about this person that might influence what I examine in this room? Because
Mm.
there might be some small hint as to like, well, this kind of thing is important to them. Like this person's religious, so like maybe you should look at that
Yeah.
book on the bedside table, that kind of
Yeah.
thing. But yeah, like towards the end of the game, depending on how like efficient you've been, you might starting to really feel the pressure. Like, fuck, I
Hmm.
am. And then when you examine something that's not important, you're like, okay, I really just shot myself in the foot. And it is interesting in that sense. But
It's awkward though,
and
right? Because
yeah,
like it's strange that you could be in the corner of a room because, oh, I'm going to look at this newspaper. I'm going to look at this fucking chair. I'm going to look at this glass of water, and you're like burning minutes. But like actually walking around the manor doesn't waste any time. So like you can explore so much like physical space and just not click on too many things and without time advancing. And it's led to like weird scenarios where I'll talk about something that happens very early where it's like there's a dude saying like, look, you need to figure this shit out and you need to do it before 9 o'clock or I'm gonna tell everybody. I know who you are. I'm gonna tell everybody who you are if you don't figure this shit out before 9 o'clock. Okay. And I'm like, oh shit. Well, okay, I need to figure this shit out. So I sneak into that person's room and I'm like digging up some stuff and I'm like, okay, I think I got enough of what this guy was talking about. I think I have what he wants. Let's just go explore. Then I'm exploring and shit, and I discover all this crazy shit. I cover so much in the manor, and then I'm like, oh well, shit. 10 minutes left. Let me go talk to this guy, and he's like, and I present to him what I found, and he's like, cool. Keep digging. And I'm like, what? I have 10 minutes left. And I thought that I had enough information, but no, I had to like find the evidence and then present it to the person I was accusing and then get her confession and then take the confession back.
yes,
And I literally completed that like at 8:59, like right
yes,
before the
that
deadline. I was
that
like,
and
fuck.
that example is laid out to teach you the flow of the game, like because that is one
Yeah.
of the very first like scenarios like that, of which there are many in the game. So kind of like the flow of the game is as you uncover kind of like the mysteries with all these characters, you're kind of figuring out why everyone has their own like motivations for wanting to be here for the seance, and like you have to figure out what's going on with each one of these characters, put the clues together, answer the questions, and like as you're examining things, it's like you go into your menu and you're watching this web of evidence like grow, and like all
Yeah.
these different mysteries like branching off and stuff. And it's like it's actually really impressive how well organized it is. But
It
like you
makes it
get to the point
easy.
where
Like
you do
I was
have to
really
go in there.
overwhelmed at first.
You If you go in there and spend time exploring, you're like, okay, I want to focus on this character right now, and you go and you look at that character in the menu. It'll like that character has his own like web of
Yeah.
story details and evidence and stuff. And if you read through that stuff and like see how everything is kind of connected, because they have like actual like branching connections and stuff, you can kind of figure out, oh, I need to go here and explore this area because there might be something pertinent to this character. Or it kind of suggests that, oh, he talked to this person, or he talked to someone who has like he talked to somebody who speaks, I don't know, like Arabic or something. You're like, okay, well, I know there's like two people here who speak Arabic, so like I'll go talk to one of them. And then when you talk to those people, new dialogue options appear because of what you learned about the other character, and now you can ask them about that, and that's kind of like how the thing grows and over time, until you start to figure things out. And when you have enough evidence, the game is like you have enough evidence to kind of piece this character's story together. And then you actually have to like do like a word association thing where you're like filling in the blanks to like of a sentence to tell like that summarizes this character's involvement in the story. And once you figure that out, you can confront him with that information, and that's how that character's story kind of concludes, quote unquote. So you're trying to do that essentially for like all it's like 30 or 40 people, I guess, who are in attendance for this thing. So you're trying to do it for every one of these characters, and some are easier than others. But yeah, that's definitely the loop, and that character that you referenced, Brett, is there to teach you like exactly how that works and how it relates to that way time passes in this game, because it is weird and
I
sometimes
don't. Yeah,
awkward.
I don't know what. Like, I don't really understand fail states because I'm still early, so I don't really know what's gonna. Like, I haven't fucked. Well, I'm gonna say I haven't fucked anything up, but I did fuck up something massively. I don't know if you did it. I found like an Easter egg ending at the very beginning of the game. Did you do that, Nick?
No, no.
Yeah, it
What
was yeah, like I got an
you did?
ending.
Wait,
I
you
got
did the
kicked
same
out the
thing you did in The
fucking manor.
Witness?
I
Oh,
I got kicked out of the manor.
because you
And
snooped in someone's room,
well,
or you
yeah,
got caught snooping in someone's room.
so it's not really a spoiler because everybody does it early in the game, but where I, you are trying to get into the manager's office and like you
Mm.
eventually use this exit to like escape his office. I think after you're already in there. But was exploring the outside and I snuck into the office when he was in there. He's like, "What the fuck?" I literally crawled through the window and he was staring right at me. And he's like, "Dude, what are you doing? Like get out of
Get out of
here!"
here.
And then
Yeah.
I just got to like the game ended.
It's funny because
It's-
one
but you know what?
another
It actually
aspect of the game
spoiled something. Like that Easter egg ending spoiled something that I didn't know about the game. And
about the game or the
it,
character.
No, about the entire game. And that's that I don't know how spoilery this is, but again, it's like a witness thing where I saw something. So it's like I now know that when you fail at this game, what happens in the story. And it told me, like, should I say it?
Mm,
Don't say
I
it.
don't really. Maybe don't say it. I got caught sneaking into two people's rooms, and there were both fail states that are similar. Because one thing we haven't mentioned is like part of what you're doing as you're investigating is if you get caught snooping in somebody's private room, you will get kicked out, and it's a fail state, like Brad said. So like
Oh,
every time you walk up to a door, if you don't know where everybody is in the mansion, you walk up to a door. One of the options is listen through the door to see if you can hear people talking or noise
yeah.
before you actually go in. If you don't do that and you go into the room and you find out that person's in the room, you fucked up.
Whoa. That's a
But
little
does
weird.
does
Like this
not
made a
doing
lot of
that
sense because this
I was just gonna say, does
He-
not doing that save you time?
no,
Oh,
no.
okay.
so you know what the
You do
screen
need it.
says when you get kicked out of the manor? You know what it
I can't
says, right,
remember.
Nick?
I can't remember. What
It
does it
tells
say?
you like what happens basically during like at the seance, like what happens at the end of the weekend.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
found that
You're
out
right.
right away because I got
Okay,
this
yeah.
Easter egg ending at the beginning. I was like, "Oh, I didn't know that was gonna happen." So
It
I'm
basically
all
says
like,
since you fucked up, this is something
Yeah, yeah.
happened. I mean,
I was like, "Oh, I
yeah.
kind of didn't want to know that," but okay.
Yeah, that's. I don't think that was supposed to happen so early, but that is funny that it can. It's funny that that keeps happening to you in these kinds of games. Like it happened to you in The Witness.
Wow, The Witness is still. Did you know that Dan Reichert loves The Witness, played through that entire game, finished it, and never once knew about the environmental puzzles?
What?
That's crazy, right? That's
Until when?
crazy.
The man's a psychopath, though. To be clear,
Yeah,
that's Dan
like
He
Reichert.
is.
he didn't
He is
know.
kind of a psychopath. That is. They
It doesn't
people
even
have
make
told him now.
sense.
I assume, right?
Yeah, no,
Like
he knew. He found
Are you
out.
saying
But like he
like
finished The Witness.
he didn't know about all the like visual cues in the
Yeah.
world
He
that are
never
supposed to
did
kind
an
of.
in-world puzzle or an environment puzzle, which is
And he loves
crazy.
that game. Like I feel like
Yeah,
that's
he
what makes
liked
the
it.
game special.
No, I don't think
Um,
so. I mean, I think there's a lot more to it than just that. I mean, it's definitely
there's
a
a
cool
lot going
part of the
on?
game, but like those are just collectibles, really.
I
I don't know.
guess, yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Um,
This is a cool game, and I like the vibes. I wish I played this around Halloween. When did this come out?
it came out right around Halloween.
Okay,
I
because this
think.
is like a an old Irish Halloween. Like this, this takes place
It's
on
got
the
spooky vibes.
Halloween weekend,
An
and it
old
has
Irish
I would
jack o'
also
lanterns, like Irish jack o' lanterns, which are in like squashes, I think, and not
Yeah.
pumpkins. But
It teaches you a lot about history too, like of like
dude, the
the
library is the coolest shit. That's what I was exploring when when I was supposed to be investigating this one woman, is I found this library, and it straight up tells you like you can just like periodically use the library to do some research to like help you like figure some shit out. And it's like broken into like different categories, like a not like a library, but like a bookstore, right? Where like one
Yeah.
aisle is history, one aisle is Irish history, like one aisle is
Geography.
geography. And I'm like, this is really cool. And you can like just click on that aisle and research certain things, and some things don't waste time. I found out, and some do waste time, which
Well,
I
here's
thought
one
was
thing I
interesting.
learned. It took me a while to kind of like really figure out, but like once you've examined something or read something, it the first time you do it, it'll use a minute.
Yeah.
But after that, if you want to re-examine it, it won't use a minute. So
Yeah.
like you can always re-examine things that
And they
you've
do a
already
good
that
job of
have burned
adding that
time.
stuff anyways to your like web of information. And that's to me where it's kind of like Outer Wilds, where I feel like if not for that, I would be completely overwhelmed trying to keep all this
Yeah,
stuff in my head. But it kind of lays
it
everything
does
out.
an amazing
Honestly,
job of
maybe a
that.
little
Yeah.
too much. Like the game is not puzzle like in the way that like Curse of the Golden Idol is, where you have like no information. I mean, you have only the information in front of you, and you have to like do all of the work to piece everything together yourself. The game definitely feels like at times kind of like scripted. I mean, you have a voiced character who will occasionally like talk through, the mystery and stuff. And it feels a little like handholdy in that way that I wasn't expecting, but it's
But there's
still
also like,
rewarding because there's like multiple ways and places to obtain that
dude,
information.
there's the manor itself is like kind of like there's secrets all over it, and that can
Mm.
lead you to like really important things that tie into the mysteries. But like there was one room that I was like, damn it, I know there's something in this room that I need, but I don't know how the fuck. And it tells you that like someone found a way into this room. It doesn't tell you what they found, but they found a way into this room. And I was like, I have no fucking clue how to get in here. And I'm pretty sure it was like one of those things that it would be probably better if I had figured it out on day one, but I didn't figure it out until like halfway through day three, and I got in
Oh, I
here.
think I might know what you're talking about because I saw
Uh,
some really weird shit on one wall, and then I saw it again, and I'm like, oh,
but here's the
there's
thing,
like some supernaturally stuff in this game. I feel like.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I found like a thing that I was like, I'm pretty sure this is what's going to give me access to the thing I need to get to, but I have no idea where to find this like code or whatever to get in. And then it was like day three, I was like reading through somebody else's like diary in a totally unrelated thing, and all of a sudden I flip a page and there it is. I see this pattern. I was like, I've had this in my inventory since day one, and it's I didn't even realize it was related to this other character
Oh,
anyway. And I went
interesting.
back, and sure enough, that's what I needed to get into that place. And I was like, fuck, I've had access to this all along. I wasn't paying enough attention. So there's like lots of little things like that. Um, and you mentioned it being like a good Halloween game. I totally agree with that. But also like to anybody who like watched the latest Knives Out and is like in that kind of like, ooh, like I like solving mysteries mode, like this, because that's kind of
I mean, it's a good
around.
mix of those two things, like
Yeah, yeah,
Halloween
yeah,
and Knives Out.
yeah. So if you like either of those things, it's great. Uh, I really, really enjoyed this game, and it goes deep. It stands out to me in kind of the same way Blueprints stood out to me this year. Um, just in terms
They're
of
very,
like
very different games, though.
they're very
This
different
is
games, but
more
like
of
they're
a
both exploring like big mansions, but it's also very chill. Like this was like the perfect like it was. I played this game to relax, even though it can be stressful kind of because of like the time and like what you're trying to figure out, but like this was just such a chill experience. But like I was constantly like finding clues and like seeing the web get bigger and bigger and like just seeing all that stuff and like having those moments where like I mentally connect the dots was super satisfying.
I feel like the game
So
doesn't really want you to get stuck for very long. Like
right.
there's
and
always
if
something to do and find,
and if you do
and
get stuck on something, there's like 15 other things that you could other
yeah.
like threads you could pull on.
It's not like
So yeah.
what was Lorelei and the Laser Eyes? That game was like you had to work for it in that
That
game.
game's so
Yeah.
fucking good.
I need to go
Sorry.
back to that game.
I think you would
Yeah.
especially really like Lorelai.
I mean, I did
Nick.
play like a
Oh.
couple hours of it, and I did
Oh.
enjoy it.
A couple hours, dude.
Yeah, I know. But I knew very like,
hell?
I've been thinking about like what can I get to kind of scratch this itch. Somebody, Ed recommended a game to me. I can't remember what it was called, and then somebody else had recommended
The
Golden
Root Trees
Idol.
Are Dead?
Yes, he recommended The Root Trees Are Dead.
I recommended The Root Trees Are Dead.
So you both recommended it.
Okay.
So I was thinking about that.
That one's much more like Oberdin kind of. Like you're doing a lot of like detective work and like going on fake websites to get information and stuff, and it's very much like Oberdin actually.
I like games that find unique ways to like give you the feeling of being a detective, and this is one of them, I think. But there are games that go a little bit deeper with it.
Fucking reminds me. I still forget. It makes me sad, but I forgot that the follow up to Hypnospace Outlaw got canceled last year, which is such a bummer. I love Hypnospace Outlaw. Man, what a crime.
I don't remember which one. I know the title, obviously.
Hypnospace Outlaw was where you were like on
like
that
old
that
internet,
fake
like
vaporwave internet,
GeoCities. Yeah.
and you were like a cop or content creator kind of thing. Or...
It's like The Root Trees Are Dead, but GeoCities late 90s, like
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. It was like Nubby's Number Factory, but an actual video game.
It was a Carlos game.
It was a Brad game, but a Carlos game.
Whatever.
Zane. And they did a spin-off of like Zane's like boomer shooter. He was that like punk kid that like everyone was talking shit about on the internet. Man, Hypnospace Outlaw was cool. What happened? It was very much like a Celeste dev. What was that game?
Earthblade that got tragically was canceled.
Tragically, yeah.
Oh my god, that makes me so sad. Anyways, yeah, that's the Seance of Blake Manor. Highly recommend it. Very cool game. Wasn't really on my radar until it was already upon us, and now it's a highlight of the year for me, I think. So, do play. Are you playing it with Malia, Brad? Like y'all doing that mystery thing?
That's why I was saying I was glad there was some voice acting, because a game that's like pure reading is harder to play. Like we're playing on the couch in our living room, and it's kind of nice.
A lot of it is voice acted, like pretty consistently, but there's definitely some conversations you're going to get into where it's like, well, it wants me to read.
She crochets. I told her she can't crochet while playing this game because there is stuff you have to read.
Yeah. All right. So why don't we? I know we were going to talk about Monster Hunter, but we're getting close to the end of the first segment. So why don't we talk about Death Stranding 2 first? Because let's revisit that.
Okay.
Chris Davis. This is actually on my list of games to kind of spend some time with over this long weekend. Because I do love this game.
Yeah. So
does Crispy. Crispy loves this game too, and also Crispy pointed out that this was totally snubbed at the Game Awards.
Totally.
At the Jeffries.
Completely.
Which is crazy.
Almost as snubbed as Monster Hunter Wilds, both at the Game Awards and in this podcast.
It's the fact that it's Kojima.
Yeah, it's Kojima. Like, yeah, like Jeff snubbed his idol brother friend.
It was a competitive year.
Father friend.
Nothing was stopping.
Nothing was stopping Expedition 33. It was not.
Fucking French.
They strike again. Anyways, Chris Davis, you're back, and you're playing Death Stranding 2. And you have a very colorful vehicle.
Yeah, I didn't want to play as at launch. I had other things to occupy my time, but I came back to it after Crispy.
Death Stranding. I'm just kidding. You're not anti Death Stranding.
No, I'm not. I'm not anti Death Stranding. I've just got opinions about Kojima. So,
he was anti. You were anti.
He's anti art.
Whatever.
Oh.
But I came back to play this because of Crispy, because he finally beat it and he was exuberant about it, and then I saw it go on sale for $40, and I was like, okay, sold. So I did it. So I've had 3 weeks to play it, and I've been slowly working my way through it. I'm about 52 hours into it. I have no idea what that means in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah,
you're getting there. I think you're like maybe a little over halfway.
I would have to assume so. I just had the second really big boss fight.
Okay.
The length of this game is why I'm not going to play it. I think
it's yeah.
it's
a big
all
game.
consuming. It doesn't
There
care.
there was a big part where like I was just doing a bunch of like mountain climbing shit, and this game like very much turns into like a mountain climbing game.
Come on, Brad, you love
It
mountain
was great.
climbing.
It was a wonderful game to come out right in the middle of my unemployment. Like, you know.
How serendipitous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I have okay opinions of the original Death Stranding. I think it's a pretty good video game. I did not like how it was just a fucking post-apocalyptic UPS simulator.
That is
but-
the game. Like, what do you?
Yeah, that is the game, but that's all the game really wanted to be. And all the cool stuff that I actually wanted to from
Oh.
it, like really fucking good
Guns?
combat that Kojima is known for, like it
No.
wasn't really like an emphasis. Like the game purposefully tried to tell you, no, do not get into fights. Maybe go after BTs after like 50 hours when you're in a
I
position that
respected
can
the
do
hell
it.
out of it. I respected the hell out of it for being that committed to not being a traditional shooter.
I mean,
But-
yeah, no, I
How-
can understand that. I agree with it.
But how do you
I
feel
love the
about this
philosophy
one
of how
now?
they put that in there. I like that in this, like combat is so much more forefront, and the main difference that it makes for me is that when it comes to these games like stealth games, I love to play pacifistically. I don't like to kill people because
Is that a word?
I'm making it a word.
Pacifist. I don't even know how to say that. You just said it so seamlessly. I'm sorry.
Anyway, so like in the
What?
previous game, like you start out and you have lethal weapons, but the game is telling you, no, do not get into combat, do not kill anyone. It's going to be bad. And it is bad if you do it and you don't dispose of the corpses. From the start of this, like inside of an hour, you are attacking an enemy base and you have non-lethal weaponry. In fact, you don't get lethal weaponry until dozens of hours into the game. And
It's still a problem, though. If you kill somebody in this world, it's a problem.
it is, but they keep giving you ways to like get around that problem. They give you an item
kind of at
later in the
odds with
game.
the art. Wasn't Death Stranding trying to like say something about stuff like that? I mean, I feel like Kojima is I mean,
Kojima is always trying to
he
say
just
something
made a
about...
shooter, but the people don't quote unquote die. But I feel like the whole thing with Death Stranding is like, no, man, killing a single person is catastrophic. So you're gonna deliver mail, motherfucker.
They do it like Death Stranding 2. I think the toolkit, they've really kind of gone to town with the toolkit in this game, and like you just have a lot more options, like non-lethal options, at your disposal.
Mhm.
And those are fun. Those are inherently fun to use. So like, even though it's not a traditional shooter and you're not actually killing people, you still feel like you're engaging with combat in a meaningful way.
Yeah, but
More
like
in this game,
unlike the first game, this feels like a much more like gradual turning of the wheel back in the direction of Metal Gear Solid 5 as far as like how combat and infiltration and stealth goes. The bases, they repopulate over time, they get tougher, they introduce new enemies. And the AI is actually pretty good for what they give you. I don't know, and they escalate the
How's
AI
the package
too.
delivery?
It's the same fucking
us
old
about-
package delivery with just a few more tools. That's
mean,
really
but
it. to me.
As an outsider, it's crazy that you are happy that I thought this was cool because it wasn't Metal Gear Solid, and you're happy because it's more like Metal Gear Solid now.
it is a weird dichotomy. He also says that because he is a big Metal Gear Solid fan.
Yeah.
Who
I know,
but
you
have beef with Metal Gear Solid 5.
The conversations we had with the first game were like, "Oh man, I'm just putting ladders, and I found a ladder, and I like the shit out of it because man, that dude saved my life." And now he's just talking about non-lethal assault rifles and shit. It's just like,
It is definitely the thing that kind of like mechanically kind of makes it
I think
stand apart.
I think we're also kind of like overplaying how little combat was supposed to be important. In the first game, combat was important because half of the whole challenge of delivering the mail is that you're in a fucking wasteland with bandits who are trying to steal the mail.
Yeah.
That is true.
Like,
That
you
is true.
have to deal with that.
Yes.
You
And
have to engage with that at some point. And in this, you are on like a more like direct mission where you're like there's like more enemy factions and stuff. There's a lot more combat. There's a lot more flexibility to the combat too, though, which I think is maybe kind of what Chris Davis is getting at.
Yeah.
That like the kit is greatly expanded, so you have
I
a
mean,
lot more options for dealing with it. The combat was always fucking good though. Like it was
Dude,
sick.
like it's
Playing this game made me go back and play Metal Gear Solid 5 because I was having so much fun playing this. Like,
and
I
you
mean,
know the limited toolkit in Death Stranding 1, it's funny because like when I think back to like what was combat like in the first Death Stranding, the only thing I could think of is I forgot what they call it, where you shoot the wires that like wrap around them and like trip them up and
bolos.
make
yeah,
them
the
fall.
bolo guns.
Yeah, dude, I
Yeah,
love that gun
you get a
so
bunch of
fucking much,
those.
but that's all I fucking remember using in the first game. And now in Death Stranding 2, I'm
Yeah,
like, I have that, but I also
There,
have like
there's a
5
new
other
bolo
things that
gun.
yeah.
there's
And
a couple new bolo guns.
Yeah.
There's also like now your car like has automated weaponry on it, so like while you're driving around, there's like a like you have two different like hard points that you can mount these like automated things to, and like some of them will like there's one that's just like a sticky gun that like shoots a
Yes.
grappling hook
I
that
love
grabs
it.
packages. So like all you have to do is just like drive near a package and it'll go boop and like pick it up and throw it in your trunk. And then it'll have like guns that shoot like, you know, pacifier rounds that knock people out. Later on, you're getting like Metal Gear Rex's fucking railgun that's automatic, and if it kills somebody, it like causes a void out BT thing. Like, but you're not controlling it, so you have to like be careful if you're driving around with it. Like, I don't know.
I just
that's
got
crazy.
an attachment.
You're all wrong about Death Stranding, is what I'm trying to say. You're all wrong, and it's brilliant.
But we all love it. We do love
I
it.
know,
Like,
I know, but you love wrong.
Well, I don't love it.
I've never played them.
I just got a attachment for my car that does an artillery shot across the map and just
Seems
blows
dangerous.
up everything.
Yeah,
Like,
Seems dangerous.
yeah.
the mule bases, there are a lot more of them. They do refill faster. I will say, like, because in the first game, I do think it was a really cool idea that you had to be more careful about killing people because you didn't have as many options for not killing them, and there like but there was like one kind of surefire way to deal with the problem where like if you killed somebody, that means you just had to take their body and like drive it to the incinerator, which there was like one on the map, and you could burn it, and that would get rid of the problem.
I feel like
right?
that's art. That's art.
That is art. They didn't have an incinerator in this one. Instead,
No.
you could just incinerate bodies like at any facility, basically, I think. You could
That's
just take
kind
it
of a
to a
step
facility
backwards.
and load it up, and they'll be like, okay, we'll take care of this. But also, they just kind of gave you more non-lethal options right out of the gate so that it wasn't as much of an issue. And then I don't think Chris Davis is maybe quite here yet, but he's starting to get there later on in the game. It's like all bets are off. Like it's just like there's big changes.
Yeah.
And yeah, like pretty soon it's like fucking robots and shit that you're fighting. Like,
Oh yeah. No, there's robots and samurai mechs and all sorts of stuff, and like they
the
give you an
non-lethal shit
item.
Don't cut it.
They give you a coffin that you can use to dispose of bodies immediately.
Oh yeah, that they don't give it to you immediately.
No, but you can get rid of them immediately as soon as you put it in it.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
The coffin surfboard. Yeah.
Yes.
All that thing
What
is.
the fuck?
Coffin surfboard toboggan.
It's a means of conveyance. If you're within the network, you can ride it like a surfboard because it rides on the tar currents. Or you can put dead bodies in it and it'll incinerate them. Or
you can hide
in it yourself. You can get in it and it'll like submerge you in the tar currents so you can like hide anywhere out in the field. Dude, this game was fucking running on all cylinders, and it didn't get a single nod or mention. Like
it was nominated in quite a few categories.
It was nominated a bunch, but like, come on, nothing. Expedition 33 needed all the awards.
It only got 9 of the 11 awards.
It won everything but best sound design,
which is a shame.
I don't buy.
It's not a shame.
Who did
I'll buy it.
who did end up
But-
winning sound design?
But this game,
Battlefield.
What? Well, I
Which
guess-
dude,
that's
by
weird.
the time you get to
It's not weird.
by the time you're like running around with the surfboard coffin, you've got like your fucking jump jets on your back, you've got the crazy different, like, remember they had like the exoskeletons in the first game? They've expanded that concept now to have like different lines of exoskeletons that do different things and help you in
Yep.
different ways. You've got like all these like anti-gravity devices that can like slow your descent. You can basically like jump off a mountain and like fly and then land and then surf on a coffin surfboard. Like, it, dude, shut
Okay,
up.
I have beef with
This
the
game's great.
anti-grav bullshit. Okay, so I got an
I hate
anti-grav
you.
attachment for my van. Okay, and for some reason
Your
throughout this
van.
entire
Just one?
footage, I just didn't need any more than just one. It was working just fine. It would launch me up way in the air. It would come down, and I wouldn't take any damage from my cargo. But throughout this fucking footage, I'm trying to use it, and it's just doing a normal bounce, And then at the very end, as I'm coming down this fucking hill, it decides to launch me into fucking outer space. I come back
Hell yeah.
down, and it destroys almost all my equipment inside my fucking van. I'm like, what
Well,
the
at least we
fuck
got-
is this bullshit?
That sounds like a great moment. What do you mean?
Yeah,
fucking
that sounds
annoying.
like that. I wish
Also-
that. I'm glad you got it on. I'm glad you got it in the footage. That's
I had
fantastic.
hundreds of kilograms of like stuff to transport
Mail?
in my fucking van, and it just almost destroyed all of it. Like
The game heard what you were saying about delivering the mail, and it was mad.
There are
Yeah, I did.
trains in
there's
this
a
game,
monorail
guys.
system in the game. It's cool. I will
There
agree.
are
The monorail is
trains,
cool,
guys.
and the way it connects to the zip lines, it allows you a whole different way to traverse the map. It's awesome. That's really cool. And you fly around in basically a giant Metal Gear Rex head called the Magellan, which floats underneath the earth through the tar pits, and it's one of your very first, not your only, one of your first like ways to teleport across the map. And it's cool.
DSV
I like it.
Magellan.
It is 100% a Metal Gear Rex like skull. Okay?
Yep.
But-
literally.
Yeah. But there's also some bullshit in this game. There really fucking is. There was a moment early, like 6 hours before I did this recording. I was on my way to the Architect, which you have to get past a BT field. And it was full of the big new BTs called the Watchers, who can actually see you unlike the rest of the BTs. So I'm trying to deal with them, and I realize, I've just run out of blood grenades. I need to go back. I had parked my van underneath a timefall shelter, perfectly parked it. It was just fine. I come back, the fucking van has despawned. It's gone, and all my cargo is just laid out right underneath the fucking timefall shelter.
Well,
So-
something happened while you were gone. It must have.
All my all the stuff that it was transporting was in there. So I had to haul ass across the map, fabricate a new van, buy and build more grenades, and then come back, load it up, and just haul ass through the field just to make my delivery. And it's just, there's
I
small
mean, that
things
does
like
sound
that
frustrating.
fucking ruin it. But then there's every like 10, 15 hours, there is something that legitimately puts a fucking smile on my face. Like, holy shit, this is awesome. I can't believe I'm doing this. This is great. Like, the Headless Rider, I won't tell you what it is, but it's fucking fun. And it uses a mechanic that I don't think will ever appear in the rest of the game. Just like something else that happened like 20 hours earlier in a valley. Crispy knows what I'm talking about. That gives you an item that has no use elsewhere for anything else that you can do. But it's fucking cool.
Man, I don't think I've gotten that far yet.
You'll know what
gonna
I'm
play
talking
this-
about when
I'm
I
gonna play this tomorrow.
It's
I'm jumping back in.
it's good.
Also,
Go.
Look, I don't know what happened to you out there in that timefall, but that sounds crazy unfortunate. But anyway, yeah, this game's fucking great, man. Just shut up and like shut up and play it, Nick. Oh my god, Nick.
I have every
Nick!
intention of playing it.
Nick, did you
this was a-
find the pizza chef?
Dude, the pizza chef's
First of all,
and he gives you
I
some of the best. Dude,
I've
one of
played
the
about 20 hours of this game, but it's been like 3 or 4 months since I've touched it.
one
This
of the
guy
like
didn't touch the
19 one of the like 19 grenade types you get in this game is rubber pizza dough. Where you just
Yes.
like pull out a pizza dough and like flip it around and like shoot it at people and it like knocks them out. Like
What
Yes.
the
it's
fuck?
so sick.
It has
It's
one of the
so
best.
sick.
He has
You
one of the best
learn
fight sequences in the entire game. It's great.
he teaches you like kung fu, like you learn like pizza chef kung fu from him that you can then like use out in the world like in fights, which comes in handy. It's it
I mean, that sounds magical. So, yeah.
What is it, Art? Hey, Nick, I think
yes.
instead you should play Many Nights of Whisper. Have you heard about this game?
No.
A short
not.
interactive essay on dreams, pressure, and expectations. Take part in an ancient ritual where one shot determines the fate of a generation. It's an archery game all about making a single distant shot.
Wow.
That sounds pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
Okay,
It would
play
take
them
you
both.
2 hours. You could finish it tonight.
Dick.
I
Fucking
could,
play them both.
Sounds like Art.
dude. I have the next 3 days
It's
off.
super-
I'm gonna be trying to get as much, as many different games and get some time in with as many different games as I can. Death Stranding 2 being one of them, among other things. So, anyways,
Squeeze in some
Also,
80, 90 hours
I
of
want
Death
everyone to
Stranding
know
too.
that Brad was like totally bitching and berating at Carlos earlier about being a hipster, and then he comes in here and is like, "Oh, well, you should play Many Nights of Whisper because it's art." Blah, 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 blah." Fuck you.
the
Fuck you.
hypocrisy
It was a
is.
joke. I've not even played it, but I did hear it's
Fuck
pretty good.
you, dude.
On that note, we're going to take a quick break, guys. When we come back, we're going to answer another icebreaker question, and we're going to talk about Monster Hunter, which we haven't talked about yet this year. And then we're going to wrap up the show with the 4-player
The game
minute.
that keeps getting updated, Nick. It's a live
I know.
game.
I know. Y'all streamed it.
It's like
Like
it's
the
a live
eighth
service
podcast
game.
we've talked
It's
about
a
this
live
fucking
service
video
game,
game.
man.
That's the joke, Chris Davis. That's the joke. But anyways, there's a major title update. Brad and Crispy streamed it earlier today. They're going to talk about their experience with that. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back, guys. Brad, I know we got into like an unexpected conversation about Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 during the break. Did you want to say anything about that on the record?
Not really, no. I mean, we'll
No?
talk about
Okay.
it. We got Game of the Year talks coming up, right?
We
It's
do,
up
yeah,
there,
yeah,
of
and
course.
that's a bit of housekeeping I didn't bring up at the top of the show, just kind of to let y'all know because this is first show of the year. So the next 2 weeks, I think. So next week, I think the tentative plan is to do our Fantasy Critic Draft / preview show next week, because that's just kind of a good way to talk about games coming out in the future. And then the week after that will probably be our award show, which is, I think the timing works out pretty well because there's not a lot of like major releases, I don't think, in January. I think
I mean, there's
so.
stuff, but usually
There's
it's in the
definitely
back half of the month.
there's always stuff, but yeah, the first half of the month is not super packed. So this is a good time to kind of get those shows out of the way, and it just happens to work out. So next week we'll talk about we'll do our draft. Also, before we get to the 4-player minute, I forgot to mention I do want to kind of wrap up, kind of like talk about where we ended up in the Fantasy Critic leagues for 2025.
Here we go.
Put a little bow on that, but of course, before we do that, I want to make sure we talk about Monster Hunter Wilds. There was a major title update. Brad and Crispy even streamed some of that game together earlier today.
I've been playing it like all week. I am late to the party. I've been telling myself that I don't want to do this because it's the end of the year and I want to finish up games. I want to play games. Yes.
Sorry, no, go ahead. I didn't do the icebreaker. I'm not used to this yet, but I'll do the icebreaker after.
Okay. Well, no, do your icebreaker.
Are you sure?
Go, let's go. Yeah,
Okay,
let's
all
break
right.
that fucking ice.
Sorry. I'm not used to this yet. I'll get better at it in the future. Our question for the second segment comes from Ashif96 in Pennsylvania.
Ashif.
Ashif. He does start off by saying, first off, thank you guys for years of entertainment and gaming talk. I'm sure many viewers and listeners agree that while much has changed in the past 15 years in life, I'm thankful you guys have been a constant part of it. His question is not gaming related, but he's curious to hear what are some of our favorite movies of all time. Hope you guys have a wonderful
Oh,
2026 full of games, laughter, and fan screen. I should have asked this as like the icebreaker in the first segment because
dang.
we were talking about movies.
Yeah.
But those are more recent movies. So like favorite movies of all time.
I'm not
And
prepared
let's
to answer this question.
Dude, okay. I don't know if I've talked about this enough. I'm sure I've mentioned it before. I absolutely love the Ocean's movies. Like Ocean's
Really?
11, 12,
Are you
and 13.
serious?
Not what I expected, but
I have
That's-
seen each of those movies at least like 50 times.
Dang.
believe it.
I did not
Love
did not
those
know
movies.
this about you. They're
I,
fun
like,
movies.
They're so fun. They're so crazy. I think Steven Soderbergh's just like a crazy good director.
I
The
mean,
amount
that's
of
true.
chemistry that Brad Pitt and George Clooney have is just absurd. I love those movies. I genuinely do. And I'm maybe even one of the sickos that likes Ocean's 12 more than 11. Like,
I'm not gonna
Interesting.
lie. I like those movies a lot too. I don't think I'm familiar enough with them to like. I couldn't tell you the difference, like which one is which.
Really?
But they're all fun. They're all fun. I even liked Ocean's 8. Is that what it was called? Ocean's 8. This was a fun movie. The one with Sandra Bullock.
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
they're
I saw that once. It was okay. It's not a Steven Soderbergh film, so
Right.
it's just not.
they're talking
feels
about
like not
Ocean's
exactly
14 at this point.
Yeah,
Are they?
which I don't know what's up with that, but yeah, sure. I mean, maybe.
Let's see. As far as I haven't mentioned this in a long time, but I guess it's worth mentioning. Like my favorite movie probably of all time, the one I could probably endlessly rewatch is The Bourne Ultimatum. I love that movie to death. I know it's kind of an odd pick, I suppose, based on Crispy's reaction.
That's the third one, right?
It's the third one. It's my.
Yeah.
I mean, I could watch all of them. I could watch all of
Yeah.
them, but that is one of my most cherished like
Yeah.
theater memories. Watching that movie in a theater for the first time, that whole movie just
Those
keeps me
three
on my
movies
toes.
are really good.
They're very good, and I think that's one of my favorite like caps to a trilogy ever. But I'll also go ahead and give a shout out to I'm a big Scream fan. Scream 1 and 2, some of my favorite movies of all time, and more recently, The Batman.
yeah.
I think at this point I
That's
like The
really
Batman
good.
more than The Dark Knight. And that's saying something.
They're
Okay.
very different.
They are.
They're
very
very
different,
different,
and
and
I
they're
lo-
both doing really different things. But I do really.
I
love the
cherish them both.
Batman.
I love them both, but somehow I think I appreciate the Batman at this point more than the Dark Knight. But love them both.
It's tough. It's so good though. I love it. I really, part of me still really wishes that they would make him the Batman for the new DC.
Did you watch the trailer
whatever.
for Supergirl? Okay, sorry,
Yeah, I did.
it looks like a Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
It does,
fun.
but it's not a James Gunn movie, which is
Yeah,
what's weird. But I'm into it. I mean,
yeah.
I know the runs that they're kind of like drawing inspiration from, and like they're very like Supergirl stories are very fun. Like,
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I still love
so-
that last Superman movie, so I'm ready. Brad, Chris Davis, you got answers yet? Favorite movies of all time?
It's
Chris
a
Davis, you
lot.
gonna say sneakers?
I mean, I could have said sneakers, but you stole it from me. No, I mean, you know me. I love all the Godzilla movies. I like
If you
I don't know.
gun to your head, you had to pick one.
pick one Godzilla movie. The 1984 film.
The
Actually, no.
1984 Godzilla.
Mechagodzilla 2 from 1993. It's probably my favorite.
If I had to pick one movie from the Before trilogy, it'd probably be Before Sunset.
That's it. What is?
Before Sunset? I mean,
I
yeah.
don't think I'm
The
not.
Linklater trilogy? We're talking about trilogies here, right?
I just
Not
I
necessarily.
guess. I guess we are.
I mean, we just happened to all mention movies that were part of trilogies. So
Wow,
I
Chris
guess.
Davis is like 19 movies. That's not a trilogy.
Before
It's
sunrise,
more-
before sunset, before
34
midnight.
movies,
We've
but
all
yeah.
seen them. Come on now.
I have not
Linklater?
seen them.
Anybody?
Ethan Hawke is
Ethan Hawke, Julie
he's
Delpy.
good.
Come
He's a
on.
fucking powerhouse. I just watched Moon Knight. He was really good in that.
I have so many.
I just
favorites.
watched
don't
The Black
know.
Phone 2, and he was really good in that too.
Okay, I like Mulholland Drive.
Oh, dude, Mulholland Drive was.
I've still never seen that.
That's a weird, fun, great movie. I had a few friends who just like lost their shit over that in college.
Yeah. I mean, any David Lynch is like
Yeah.
that though. But yeah, I mean, I love like the Coen Brothers. Fargo. I mean, there's so many. Inside Llewyn Davis, one of my faves.
I've gotten pretty obsessive over most fucking Wes Anderson movies.
Mhm.
Like
Wes Anderson's got
Grand
some-
Budapest Hotel, I think is almost a perfect movie. It is endlessly rewatchable.
Yeah, I think that might be my favorite Wes Anderson movie. Honestly,
I don't know if it's my favorite Wes Anderson movie, but I think it's almost a perfect movie.
Hmm.
It's wild.
I like Paul
Sweet.
Thomas Anderson a lot.
Dude. Oh, I finally saw fucking Leo One
Oh,
Battle
the
After
new one?
Another.
I
Yeah,
haven't watched that
Dude.
yet.
Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Good.
It's really good. It's so good.
I feel like There Will Be Blood's a little cliche, and I love it. But like even like
I-
Punch Drunk Love, I've always liked Paul Thomas Anderson. Like from fucking
he's great.
Yeah.
Fucking Inherent Vice. That's another
Dude.
movie that I got
Okay.
real into and watched like 9,000
That's what-
times.
that.
Inherent
That's
Vice
what
is so
One
good.
Battle After Another was
Feels-
reminding me
yeah.
of.
Yeah. It definitely has that same kind of vibe. Aren't they both Pynchon novels?
Is that maybe?
I don't know.
That sounds
Is One
right.
Battle After Another.
That
I don't
sounds
know.
right.
David, sorry to back. David Lynch did Zodiac, right?
No, that's David Fincher.
That's Fincher.
David
That's
Fincher.
that's
Fuck.
the
Zodiac's
seven.
really good though too. I
I
mean,
do
David
like
Fincher's
Zodiac.
got some bangers.
Dude. Doing a sequel to
I
The
also
Social
watched.
Network.
This is not. I
Oh
mean,
my god, you're right.
Begonia I just watched, which was good, but I do really like
Yorgos?
Yorgos Lanthimos. I love The Lobster.
The Lobster
Favorite.
is so good.
Dude.
The
some good
Lobster
shit.
is...
And Dogtooth. You got to go back to Dogtooth. I know a lot of people
Dogtooth
haven't seen
is
that one, but
fucked.
it's fucked up. It's fucked.
I
up.
watched The Lobster
Begonia's
on
fucked
a
up.
like for the first time in the last 2 years, I think.
I-
Going into it basically blind, and woof.
That movie's so good. I think about lines from that movie all the time. Poor Things was great. I
Poor
love
Things was
that.
great. Fincher did 7. Fincher
Fincher
did
did
Fight Club.
7.
Yeah, come on now.
Yeah.
Fincher
You did
did.
Alien 3, your favorite Alien
Yeah,
movie.
I was about to say. I was like, am I getting my
No.
David? Am I getting my Davids backwards again? I was like, he did Alien 3, right? Famously my favorite.
No,
Alien.
David Lynch did Dune.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
And like Blue Velvet and stuff too. But
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, but Dune.
And Firewalk with Me.
All right.
From Stone.
Ashif96, thank you so much for your question. Hope to hear from you again, and we appreciate the kind words. All right, let's now talk about Monster Hunter Wilds. Go. I don't remember where you left
Okay,
off. You were just
title
starting to
update
get into it.
4. Well, so I haven't talked about Monster Hunter in a while. I think the last time I talked about it on the podcast was title update 2 when Laggy came out, and there was a lot, they had the
Mhm.
underwater combat and all that stuff. It's
That's
pretty
last
cool.
time I played.
I didn't play title update 3 where they introduced Omega. Wait, 3 was when they introduced Omega. I mean, there's been big significant
Mhm.
updates between the title updates that I've been playing, but most of that, the Dream Spell, like there's a big games coming out around then, like Silksong and Hades 2. I was playing fucking video games, so I've been kind of trying to stay away from Monster Hunter. But now at the end of the year, I'm finishing games. I'm kind of winding down. I'm like, all right, let's turn on some Monster Hunter because, there's a seasonal event going on, like the wintry one. There's a lot of cool stuff with that too. A lot of cool freebies and armor sets that look really cool. And in fact, some of those can even be like upgraded. one of the big things they introduced in Title Update 4, they introduced a lot of new systems. One of them is like you can ascend armor, or transcend armor, which you can level up, like break like the level cap kind of for the lower level armors, but also like increase their like gem slots. So they're now like competitive pieces of equipment like at lower rarities, and like those they even like rebalance like set bonuses and stuff. So there's a lot of like things to mess around with to like really kind of like customize builds and stuff. Like they've been consistently improving, not just improving, but like introducing new ideas and like just really smart things to Monster Hunter over the past year that, I get really frustrated when people talk shit about Monster Hunter Wilds, and I just know that they probably bounced like right after, I don't know, like Mizutsune or something, and then they're just like, oh, it's easy and stupid, and all you can fight is Arkveld, and Zoshia was kind of cool, but like a lot of people bailed, and they've been talking shit. I've been seeing threads about like, oh, what Monster Hunter game should I start with? They're like, don't even bother with Wilds. It's trash. Go play Rise. And I'm like, fuck you. You're not playing the game. The game's got so much better, so much more balanced and like difficult in good ways. And like you can, whatever.
It's been a journey for this game.
It has been a journey. And Title Update 4 is the last like major title update for Monster Hunter Wilds. Gogmazios is the send off set piece monster for Monster Hunter Wilds.
That's what you're fighting right now?
Yeah, that's what I'm fighting right now. So it's like it's a very like it's a larger than life, like, semi like scripted battle, like with different phases. It's very much like a Fatalis or an Elatrion, more like a Fatalis. Fatalis was the send-off monster for Monster Hunter World. And I was kind of hinting at that, not to say that like this monster is like as difficult or anything as like Fatalis, but it does the proof of a hero drop towards the end of the battle, which, they did when you fought Fatalis and stuff. So, but whatever. It's this the monster is really cool. I mean, it's a cool like cinematic fight, and you're like charging up like the most ridiculous like cannon by like you're literally we're not going to get very far in this footage. It's just Monster Hunter, but different phases of this fight have you doing like really ridiculous stuff. That's not like a normal Monster Hunter kind of thing. The first phase of the fight is definitely very just, I'm fighting a big scary looking dragon thing.
Scary
but as the fight progresses,
like.
you end up on a ledge and it becomes kind of a fucking, I don't know, like not your typical Monster Hunter fight. He's attacking and stuff, but you're doing all kinds. You're like rolling boulders at him, and like the main thing is he has this big huge cannon stuck in his back, and you're trying to like wail on his back to dislodge it, and then you're using the fucking stupid worm milk or whatever they call it, the wyvern milk to like drag these like tubes over to the cannon to like charge it up. It's bizarre, but it's fun, and it's like over the top. Like it's not like the thing I would want to farm over and over and over again. Although the rewards for this fight and like the systems that it introduced are pretty fucking crazy, and I definitely want to get some more Gog hunts in. But I think we are. I mean, I'm still game, Crispy. I'm gonna play maybe coming up or this weekend or something, because I still haven't done Omega Weapon, which is the crossover hunt from Final Fantasy 14, and I hear that's also crazy and amazing, and the stuff you get from that's cool too. But I will say this hunt does have like this. It has an Elatrion style nuke that you can't escape, like a damage check nuke, where at a certain point in the fight, in the final phase. I mean, you have to like do enough certain kind of damage to like basically keep they call it a damage check, where if you don't keep up the damage, like specifically dragon damage during this phase, he will do an attack that you can't escape, kills everybody in the fight, right? And if you're playing multiplayer, you're all gonna wipe. But if you succeed at the damage check, then that's a very like scripted cinematic fight, but you have like all the fucking, hunters, ace hunters, and like the support hunters there with you. And Fabian like puts up his shield, and you got to like get behind him, and he'll block the nuke. It's really cool, but if you don't
Get
pass the
behind
damage
me!
check, if you don't pass the damage check, he will just not stick up his shield. He'll just run like a fucking puss. And that's happened because I've been fighting this guy single player, and the support hunters are good, but if I'm not completely on it, I don't pass the damage check, and it's just so sad to see. Oh, well, everyone's gonna die, and I'm gonna cart, and I only have 3 carts because when you fight them regular, this is kind of like the first introduction where you have more carts. It's like a little bit easier, but when you fight them like subsequent fights after this, it's harder, and you can cart. You can't cart as many times. You can't die. You don't have you have less lives, I should say.
Yeah.
Fewer lives.
We
but it's like-
understand the lingo, okay?
It's a really epic fight. I mean, he's dropping all these like ancient weapons out of his body as you like damage him, and you're picking them up and charging
Are
up
these weapons that,
lasers,
like-
and you're all shooting lasers at him.
And
Are these
then
like
when the
ancient weapons
fucking-
that got stuck in him from like people trying to kill him in the past or something?
Yeah.
Probably.
Is that
Yeah,
the
it's
lore?
like they talk about it as like it's like an ancient sort of like the what do they call the Dragonators?
Yeah.
Like they have these like environmental weapons that are used to hunt monsters called Dragonators. You've seen them, Nick. They've been in other where like you pull a
Yeah.
lever and like a big thing comes out and like
Yeah.
does
I just keep thinking of
thousands
the
and thousands of
Baconator
shots.
from Wendy's, man. I'd go
Yeah,
for
yeah.
a Dragonator
A
crossover.
Dragonator sounds delicious. But it's from an advanced ancient civilization, so it's a giant like laser gun
Yeah.
that you're charging up. Like
It's just crazy.
it's sick.
To have a bunch of players and support hunters like in the final phase are all just like spamming lasers and running because he's very deadly. But it was just a cool, fun cinematic fight. Definitely the kind of like thing that you only get to see if you're like playing like Monster Hunter all the way till like the end. And it's just the base game, and the expansion is going to come out, and I'm sure it's going to be crazy, and I'm excited about that. But like it's a pretty good send off fight. But I still got to go back and beat Omega. I will say though, the stuff you unlock, like I don't want to get into the nitty gritty, but it's like really like cool, powerful stuff that you can do to your weapon to like upgrade the Ardian weapons and like give them set bonuses, and all of his armor. They have their own set bonus where you like set bonus, meaning if you use like multiple pieces of that monster's armor, it does like a certain thing. But they come with like each piece of both the alpha and the beta come with set bonuses from the other monster sets. So you can like mix and match and combine pieces of this guy's armor with like one piece from this set and one piece from this set and one piece from this set, and get all of these like set bonuses at the same time. And it's really cool, especially because they've been going back to like rebalance that stuff and make that stuff more useful and powerful. And I don't know, man, like they've done a really good tech stuff aside on the PC. I'm a PS5 player. I've never dealt with the kind of shit that some PC players have had to deal with, and it's why a lot of people have been really mad at Wilds. But then there's another group of people who just played like that first month or two who are really bummed out about Wilds. But like it is not the same game. Like if you like I like Monster Hunter base games don't usually have these kinds of hands. Like World eventually got there, but it took a couple of years, I think. I mean, it was definitely like in the title updates that came out after release of the game, just like this game. So I don't understand why people have been so like down on just the base game at launch, because Monster Hunter's always done this. They've always introduced like harder and more interesting like systems and stuff like as the game after release, and it's been good.
It's never a Monster Hunter release is never meant to be like play it at launch and this is the experience, right?
It's just not that kind of series. It's like I just don't get it, right? It's like if somebody says
do we
I
think
mean,
history
you experienced Monster Hunter that way and you had a good time, Nick. But like most like Monster Hunter
with
fans
Rise?
who are like, yeah, like with Rise, and you did
Yeah.
Sunbreak, and that's cool. But like a lot of Monster Hunter fans are like, you put in like 200-300 hours, minimum to like, that's like a Monster Hunter experience, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of like imagine just playing the Division for like the first couple months and say, oh, the Division 2 was cool. I'm a Division 2 fan. It's like it almost doesn't make sense. Like it's not really. Well, I can't even.
I
say
get
that
what you're
because
saying.
I've
You
never
can
played
be
the
a- you can
Division.
be a
Maybe that's
fan.
not like an analogy.
You can be a fan having only put that many hours into it, but like
like don't
you're
go on
not.
message boards talking shit about the game you don't
It
actively
is
play
a
Yeah,
because
different
it
stay,
can't.
experience.
Yeah,
stay out of the
like
message boards if you're at that
imagine someone
level.
playing Division 2 for a month and then in 2025 they're talking shit about the Division 2 because they didn't like their experience from the first 2
Yeah.
months. That's like it's weird. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's a live service game. You know, we
It
have to
is. It is.
And you
to
got to
let
treat it accordingly.
breathe and
But
grow.
all that stuff is free though. That's the crazy thing. And people
Yeah.
don't give Capcom enough credit. Like all of this shit
A lot
all
of
year
free shit.
long, outside of cosmetic only stuff, has
It's
been
free.
just free. All the monsters and
Okay.
systems and like new shit is just free.
Yep.
But they've
I
specifically
have a
said that they're
question.
doing a paid expansion, right?
Yeah,
They
yeah. I mean, they
always
always
Yeah,
always do
they always do a
that. but-
paid, a single paid expansion.
I
But
thought
like
they
Monster
weren't
Hunter
doing that this time
used to.
around, but okay.
No, they
I mean,
are.
they
always
did
do.
Iceborne and then Sunbreak. So yeah, they'll
Yeah,
be.
yeah. It's all they've always done that. Although Monster Hunter when it first launched, the series was a monthly pay to play game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't always
that's
free
nuts.
like this. Yeah,
On the PS2.
Yeah,
Oh my
it was-
god,
you
that's
paid.
fucking nuts.
You had to get a hunter pass or whatever they called it.
I just have one question. Do you
Yeah.
just, and it may be way too early to even be able to answer this, but like, do you think history will look back at Wilds the same way it looks at World?
Well, no. Well, not
No.
right now. Well, I mean, the internet is different now. First of all, it's
Yeah.
different, and people are angrier at things for longer and for like maybe worse reasons. But
People's default state is angry.
But,
at
like,
this point.
Yes.
People are
it's
dumb.
somewhat cyclical with Monster Hunter, where like people talked a lot of shit about Rise when Rise came out, and now people look back on Rise like much more fondly. And I think that eventually it's going to come back around, and people are going to talk, compliment Wilds a lot, especially because people aren't comparing. They're comparing their first 2 months with Wilds to like all of World and all of Iceborne together, and it's
Yeah.
just not
Yeah.
fair. And they're doing the same thing with Rise and Sunbreak, and they're like,
Yeah.
well, this isn't as good as those. But like, bro, you're not comparing this to your first 2 months of Monster Hunter World. You're comparing it to everything, and it's not fair.
Yeah.
And when you're 2 months into the next Monster Hunter game, you're gonna look back on Wilds in the expansion, and you're gonna miss it because it's a fun ass game.
I get it. Yeah, it's a little frustrating, but I'm looking forward to seeing. Do we know anything about this expansion yet?
Just
Or
that,
that it's coming.
the series has been around for 2 decades and it's inevitable.
Yeah.
It's coming probably. I mean, the earliest would be the very end of the year, but
Yeah.
probably I would say like early next year is my guess. Or I'm sorry, early next year,
Early,
early
as in
27.
2027. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I would say.
Cool. All right. Well, this is definitely. I thought about booting this up a little bit. At this point, I only spent like 3 hours
It's a lot.
with
It's
it.
a lot.
I'm gonna have to just start
Jager did
over.
that today. Jager did that today. He was
Yeah.
kind of on the call with us as we were playing, and I guess we were kind of talking about Omega, and he kind of got, ooh, I want to jump back in, and he did, and it was like, this is a lot.
Yeah.
He had not even fought Zoshia yet.
It's
Or
not.
like
It's
the
not a
real
game that's
Zoshia.
easy to. It's not an easy. It's one of those games you can't just put down, jump back into super easily.
You
Especially if you didn't sink
can,
enough
like
time
with
to it.
seasonal events and stuff, but like you still need to play like it in pockets throughout the year. You don't have to
Yeah,
play
and
all
I
year
did-
long, but you need to do like a couple of weeks.
I didn't even play it long enough to build like that, like muscle memory or like that. Find my flow.
Yeah.
So I really need to try and
I
do
don't
that.
even
Maybe
think you saw the first Zoshia, right?
No,
It's like
maybe I'll play
The
this
low
tomorrow
ranked
morning. I don't
Zoshia
know.
fight.
All right, cool. So before we jump into the 4-player minute, now I guess would be the time, Brad, if you're ready to talk about
Well, so
where we
I
ended.
kind of want to explain it. It's not ready today, and it's something I've been wanting to do. One, to kind of like speed up this segment, right?
What,
it's
the
hard to.
Fantasy
We
Critic?
could,
Oh no.
oh, you want to talk
Sorry.
about Fantasy Critic?
I want to wrap up Fantasy Critic first, and then you
okay,
can
sorry,
talk
sorry.
about 4-player
Yeah,
minute. For
we
sure.
can. I will say that. I know I said I could do that. We can wrap up Fantasy Critic next week before we start the draft, or do you want
That's
to do
actually
it now?
I mean, that's actually
Because
not a bad
then
idea.
we might
'cause
actually have people there. We don't know about Nolan, right? We haven't even talked to him about.
we need to
that.
talk to Nolan this week and see
might-
what he wants
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah.
No, Nolan has said that he is hoping to come back soon, but he's still, trying to find his what's the word? his system, how everything is working. He's
Yeah.
just not sure when he's going to be able to jump back into it, and he wants to be able to jump back into it, as close to normal as he possibly can. So we'll talk to him and see if he's going to be ready for the draft next week. And
The
see what's
reason I
going
think
on.
it
But
might
yeah,
be
maybe
good to
that's
wait
not a
is
bad
because,
idea.
especially because Ed is part of that like end of year
That's
drama,
true.
and I want him to be there to discuss his take.
Okay,
He
yeah,
got
that's
he got
actually
so
a good idea.
fucked by
He-
one of his counter picks. Had like a very very late year correction kind of thing. But
Oh no.
it should have never been like that in the first place. So he I don't know. I don't know how
All
fucked he
right.
was really.
You're right.
Then
It
with
never
that
should have
said,
been like that in the first place.
That's a different topic.
all right. Then with that said, that's a good idea. We'll kick off next week's Fantasy Kick draft by wrapping up 2025 and then rolling straight into 2026.
Yeah.
And what we've done the past 2 years, I think now, is just we've
3,
treated
2.
the draft as kind of our preview show,
Yeah.
because it's just naturally we're going to be talking about a lot of games that are coming out. So it'll give us some time to kind of put that list together and be ready to have some stuff to talk about. So check back next week. So we'll go ahead and jump into the 4-player minute now. But Brad, do you want to talk a little bit about what kind of what we're thinking about as far as changing up the
So
4-player minute?
yeah, I mean, our show goes long, and we have like kind of a narrow window where, as adults, we can reasonably record it, right? And it doesn't allow for much like flexibility or like hard to add new things like icebreakers and stuff, right? So I was thinking, in the true to its name, which was
And we
always a
have
joke.
talked about doing this.
It was
to
always
some
a joke,
extent.
but whatever. Is to bring back like a timer of sorts. But like instead of just having like a timer, like find a way to like gamify it a little more. And I was immediately thinking about like lifelines or whatever, where like phone a friend or whatever would be like bring someone into my 4-player minute. Like cuz there's a timer and I have a little bit you don't have much time, and maybe like your each month your lifelines get reset. You could do like a a filibuster lifeline where you can like double or triple the timer for you, but you can only use that once a month. So you better use it on like on a week where you really have something you want to talk about. But the idea is that we keep it short. And I think we should have like a good timer that we can hear on the stream, or like I was thinking something diegetic that like literally Chris Davis just holds up to the microphone. I think that could be fun.
Ooh, King Carey has a good idea. Poll the chat. I don't
Pull
know.
the chat.
Yeah.
That's not a
Oh,
bad one.
that's so good.
But
Oh my
that way,
gosh.
because we've tried this before, but I think we just get a little frustrated. And because I still want people to have a final thought, but it's not a segment that should be lasting like 25 minutes every show, which has happened or happens all the time.
In fact, it could happen tonight. We'll find out.
So that's kind of
We're
my
gonna do
idea.
it
I
normal.
guess we've never really bounced that off Crispy or Chris Davis. What do y'all think about it?
I'm not opposed to it. I just need
I
to
also
figure
think
out how to build
gamifying it might lead to us like doing a little bit more prep each week for like actually having something to say instead of just pulling it out of our ass at the end of the show.
Rules, huh?
Rules. Yeah, rules.
I hate that, but
It's just a timer. It's just a fucking timer.
Okay. Well, yeah.
You only have 2 minutes
We'll
to
talk
talk
about
about Star Trek. Can 4-player
Oh,
can it
come
be
on.
like 2 minutes though?
2
Like a minute
minutes?
is really short.
Do you know how much Star Trek there is?
There's a lot of Star
If the
Trek.
4-player minute, maybe we can come up with some pun.
Dude,
for,
I
like,
watched Darmok and Jalad again this week. Like, I got a lot to say.
Time's up. I was thinking a good timer sound would be the Sonic drowning music.
Gilgamesh.
I don't remember what
from
that sounds like.
The
Oh,
Genesis.
you know it
what
as soon as you
sounds
hear it.
Yeah.
Somebody
You know
play
what
it.
it
I don't
sounds
know.
like. I'm gonna play it.
Oh,
From the Genesis. You know what the Sega Genesis is, Nick?
I do know what the Sega Genesis is. Yes.
Oh wait,
I'm
you
not
never
that
played
clueless.
classic Sonic. That's right.
I have played classic Sonic, but I've
Then
never
you know this-
cared much. It's been a long time, Chris Davis.
This is like the end of the timer.
It's not gonna. It's getting cut out.
Oh,
Oh.
is it really gonna cut out?
Yeah,
I
it's
can't
not
hear
playing
it.
for us.
Yeah. Shit.
We'll figure
Well,
it
I guess
out.
we'd have to turn off our like auto clipping or whatever, or
whatever the
gate.
fuck that
The
setting
gates,
is.
noise gates, and whatnot are
The
NVIDIA
point
stuff.
is,
Floodgates.
the point is, we have some details to figure out. So we'll continue to do it as normal. But like I said, the next 2 shows are probably not going to be normal because there'll be awards and fantasy critic draft and stuff like that. So maybe by the next time we do a 4-player minute, we'll have this all kind of figured out and we'll turn it into a little bit of a game, and hopefully it'll be fun and we'll get the community involved in some way. And
And importantly, short.
shave
It'll be short.
it'll shave some time off the show and leave us more time to like really dig into the games we're talking about and not worry so much about, oh my god, we still have to do the 4-player minute, which usually takes us about 30 minutes. Uh, so anyways, that's coming down the pipe. So but with that in mind, let's go ahead and wrap up with the normal 4-player minute.
Okay, normal
Final
4-player minute. I'm
thoughts?
ready.
Final thought of the week. Brad, go.
I just want to talk about one of Henry's Christmas gifts. Did I mention at all what I was planning on doing last? No, because that was like 2 weeks ago.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. So I was originally gonna buy him just some video game he wanted, and he was eyeing the Sonic racing game and the Pokemon ZA or whatever. But I
Yeah.
decided, I got something better. It cost me no money. I modded like my 3DS and I put a bunch of games on there. Specifically, there's one he's been really, really like, his most anticipated game is a sequel to a game that came out on the 3DS that he's never got a chance to play because I don't have it. I didn't own it, but I own it now through the power of the internet. I modded my 3DS and I put like, I felt bad, right? So I put like 2 like of the old Pokemon games from the 3DS, like Alpha, Sapphire. I don't know about these damn games. One of the Pokemon Y or Sun
Pearl?
and Moon or some shit.
Pearl?
Yeah, Pearl. Like I put some of those on there, including like the Pokemon Art Academy because he's really into like that kind of stuff. I put like I put a couple Animal Crossings on there, including Happy Home Designer. I put a couple of Kirby games in there. I put a lot of shit on there. But the one, and I knew it, the star of the show was Tomodachi Life. He loves
Oh yeah,
Mii's.
you mentioned that.
He played so much Miitopia on the Switch, which is like the RPG that you play with Mii's. But he's never, and ever since they shown the trailer for Tomodachi Life, which comes out next year, like the one for the Switch, he's been like fucking popping off. Like he's so excited. So I got him to play, I got Tomodachi Life for the 3DS, and this he literally has not touched these other games. He's been like mainlining right into his veins Tomodachi Life. He's created like every single fucking kid he knows at school, every single family member he's ever met, like all of his friends and family and people, and he's doing is playing Tomodachi Life. He loves Mii's and Tomodachi Life is a really silly game where you're just like, you have a town and you create these, you bring in these Mii's and they just like live in the town, like live in this hotel, and they interact with each other and have conversations and fights, and they might fall in love, but they also do like rap battles and shit. And like they have like a text to speech sort of thing in Tomodachi Life, which is really hilarious as well. And you can like create their like modify their personalities. Like you can choose their like favorite food or whatever. So like Hogue would be like, Griffin loves poo poo. And then like, so every time like someone says poo poo, like fucking like Griffin's like pogging, he's like flipping out. He's like, oh, look at Griffin. He's excited about the duty. So yeah, he's been having such a good time. But I'm getting a little anxious because I'm like, but also like there's other games. Did you try the other games? You know, I put some cool shit on there. Mario 3D Land. Come on, bro.
Nah.
He doesn't care. He doesn't care. Nah. All Tomodachi Life all the time.
You gotta let him find it.
Yeah. Dude, the thing I did not foresee is he keeps losing the stylus. And I have lots of styluses around, but he keeps losing them. I bought a cheap pack of styluses on Amazon, and he's losing those. He just, like, it's not a good, like, it's, I don't know what
he just throws it away. It's like he treats it like a one-use thing. He like uses it and then he tosses it in the trash. Like,
get a bracelet with a cord on it and attach to the
yeah, I was kind of thinking about that. But man, setting up his 3DS kind of got me excited. I've been playing some Oendon, man. That's such a good series. Oendon,
Oh
1 and
yeah,
2, and then the Elite Beat Agents.
yeah.
I miss that series so much. Anyways, that's my 4-player minute.
Nice. Cool. Crispy.
Okay. Okay. So 2025, DC Comics started Batman Volume 4, the
Mm-hmm.
4th volume of Batman comics
Okay.
since 1940.
Damn.
And this new run is being written by Matt Fraction, who's a writer that I really, really enjoy. He wrote the Hawkeye run, the My Life as a Weapon, which is one of my favorite comic books of all time,
Is that the one where he's like he's cruising around with
with Kate
he's in a,
Bishop.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Like
You showed me that
I
comic book when
watched
we were in
that episode.
Pennsylvania.
I know. It's so good. I watched that episode 2 of the Hawkeye show recently, and it was okay, but it's nowhere near as good as in the
It's
fucking. So
it's
that
transcending in the
so that book was incredible, not just because of Matt Fraction's writing, but also because David Aja, the artist, was just like so fucking with it. But this new series that he's writing on Batman, the artist is George Jimenez, who's another
Mhm.
just kind of incredible artist. Um, it's got that same kind of vibe to it too. It's got this like really kinetic, frenetic, like cinematic thing to it going on. Like there's an issue like issue 3, Robin gets arrested by the GCPD and thrown in a the paddy wagon with a bunch of gangsters that he just beat up, and he's handcuffed but they're not, so they're like rough
What?
riding him around the city. So like they're like all these gangsters are trying to beat the shit out of him while the cops are also just like running into potholes and like skidding around and shit like that just to
Jeez.
fuck with Robin. And like the whole fight scene of him just like in the back, just like kicking these guys' asses and then like breaking his hand. It looks so fucking sick. It's so good.
It sounds a little
It's
like
incredible.
sounds a little Captain America in the elevator kind of situation.
It's that same kind of thing. Yeah, it's that same kind of thing. And then like Batman has a spike strip that he throws out and derails the whole fucking car and pulls him out. It's
Those cops sound
so
like
good.
dicks.
No, they are. This is the first. So like, there's been a lot of status quo changes lately. So like, for instance, Wayne Manor is gone. Like, Batman doesn't have Wayne Manor anymore. They live in a smaller mansion in the
A
city
smaller
called Pennyworth.
mansion.
A smaller man.
mansion.
He's only worth like millions now instead of billions.
Oh
Like,
God.
yeah.
How can he survive?
That poor child.
Yeah. In the middle of the city. And Vandal Savage, I don't know if any of you guys know who that is, but he's a classic DC villain. Vandal Savage, he's like the dude who's immortal. He's been like a warlord in every like time period. He
Yeah.
is the commissioner of the GCPD now, and like Jim Gordon's a beat cop. He's like the oldest beat cop on the force. So the whole GCPD is now at like open war with Batman. It's great. It's so good.
That sounds
It's
pretty
really good.
cool.
There's 4 issues out so far. You know, it just started at the end of summer, I think, and it is amazing. Highly recommend. Super great.
So that's Batman
just-
Volume
that's
4. And,
That's just Batman.
what-
Yeah.
and what's the other run that we've talked about recently? The crazy kind of like we've talked about it a few times. You know what? Where like the Joker's all fucking crazy and
Oh, that's the
Absolute.
Absolute. Yeah, I finally caught
Absolute,
up
there
on
we go.
Absolute, and I finally caught up on Absolute, and 2 weeks ago was like their big introduction of the Joker. Like they like finally like kind of showed what his whole thing is. Insane. Just fucking fucked up. Just I don't know. Like someone made a joke that like the Absolute universe, at least as far as Batman's concerned, is just about taking every character and making them like bigger and more monstrous. And it's true. That is absolutely what they do. Like
and
he has
not
a
a
fight
problem,
with
though.
Bane. He has a fight with Bane who like pumps himself up with venom so much that he turns into like a 15-foot kaiju. Like
Jesus.
just transforms into a giant fucking monster of flesh. and Batman beats him by pumping more venom into him until he explodes. But that doesn't kill him. He's
What?
just like a sludge. And at the end of the fucking series, one of the big like overvillains has just like his fucking brain and nervous system in a jar, and they're like and he's still alive, but he's like the
That's
dude
crazy.
from fucking RoboCop 2, like
Kane.
like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Man.
Kane, like when he's just like a brain in a jar. Like, it's fucked up, dude. It's so wild. Mr. Freeze in that one was like an actual creepypasta, like looked like the fucking Slender Man and could just like kill people by touching them. He was like frozen in ice for like 30 years, but was completely conscious the whole time in complete agony. Like, dude, I don't know. It's great. Comics are great right now. They're a lot of fun.
Comics are great.
They're a lot of
Comics
fun.
are great. Nice.
So good. That's it. That's all I got.
Chris
That's
Chris
it.
Davis.
Use your lifeline, buddy.
Okay.
Yeah. I made a poor financial decision the other day.
That's not surprising.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so
The show
many.
is-
I
Also,
mean,
your
there's so
Zelda
many.
3DS is like a joke compared to my sick ass Samus 3DS.
Buddy,
Everyone has that lame ass 3DS. Come on, man.
the Majora's Mask one? Really?
Yeah, it's whack.
have
It's
it.
whack. Yeah, everybody
like it.
fucking has that one. Nobody has the Samus one, man. Come on.
Whatever.
What a bitch.
Oh,
I,
Zelda merch. That's
what?
original.
What you got a black box. What is this?
This is an
You got one of
analog
those
3D.
green T-shirts with a Triforce on it.
This is not even surprising. It's not even surprising. I've clowned on you for overpaying for this shit.
So analog,
Talk about it. I'm sorry.
Analog came out with their Nintendo 64 FPGA system earlier last year, and I didn't want it because I didn't want to pay for it, and I don't have that big an N64 collection.
Those two different things. You
And
did
then-
want it, but you didn't
Bougie
want
old
to pay.
consoles.
And then right before Christmas, they announced for a pre-Christmas shipping a limited run of transparent color consoles for the analog 3D, and I couldn't help myself, and I did it. So I've got
Steve,
one. And I haven't.
how
used
much
it
do you
yet.
use any of your analog stuff?
Actually, kind of regularly. Mostly
man's
my
about to
Super
lie.
NT.
This man's
No.
about to
No, I mostly when I play retro, it's usually through my Super NT. I mean, I've got a Mega SG, and I've got a
I don't care about
the-
what you have. What do you play? How often are you playing it? Tell me the last game you played on your.
Oh, he's like, I've never played them.
you have the handheld one as well,
Oh, I got a Pocket. Yeah, I've got a Pocket. Yeah.
dude. I have my Game Boy and Game Boy Advance collection is worth thousands of dollars. I have so many games
Yeah.
that are like, and I would love to have one of those, but even then, dude, I could just get a $30 Chinese handheld and play all that shit, and it
Yeah.
just works, man.
Yeah. I know.
How
I
often
know
are
you
you
could.
playing your handheld games?
Not very often. I'll tell you that right now. No, I mean I usually don't play handheld. Like I never like I could probably count on two hands the amount of hours that I have played my Switch 1 handheld. Like I just don't do that. I just play it on my TV.
Okay, so this new one you bought, it does like PlayStation and Sega Saturn and shit, right? That's the
No, this is the Nintendo
deal.
64.
just the Nintendo 64.
Just Nintendo 64.
And how much is that?
This one was $270.
You bought a $270 N64.
Yes.
That console sucks, dude.
In
That
the year, in the
that
year of our Lord,
broadcasts-
in
that-
the year of our Lord, 2026.
that can overclock
$200.
games and broadcast at 4K.
Oh well, it overclocks them. So
Overclock.
Hey, I mean, some of those games, like, you know, when they're made for 15, 20 frames per second, like, that makes a world of difference if they're not, if the
Just play 'em
gameplay
on
isn't
your
based on the
computer.
frame rate.
You could just play them on your computer.
I absolutely could. I absolutely could. I'm certain I could. But I don't know. I like it's a boutique
what's your
item that I
lineup?
like.
What are you gonna play?
The first game I want to play, I think, is going to be Body Harvest.
body.
Body
That
Harvest
game
is
you
a
talk about. That's
that
all
game
you
is
talk about on the
fucking
64.
cool.
You talk about Body Harvest and you talk about your fucking rare destruction game.
Blast
Dude,
Core.
I think Chris Davis is
Blast
like the most. Chris Davis is the most interesting person on this podcast, low
It's
key. Like,
not-
what the
He's
fuck?
the purest of us all.
Yeah,
He's the
I mean,
purest of
it's
us all.
certainly interesting, I guess, but it's
Yeah. Bog Noise
thought-
said he got one. That's awesome. Thank you, Bog Noise. Don't let them
I
bully
mean, does
you.
Bog
Yeah.
Noise also not play all of his bougie boutique fucking expensive emulation hardware?
So there's a guy named Taki Udon out there who is all about the Mister scene and working on these clone consoles. And he's just about to release his PlayStation 1 FPGA system called the Super Station 1. And I've also got that on order, so that's coming.
This motherfucker.
It's so much money, dude. And I know you're not playing this shit because no one's playing it, man. Except
I
maybe
want
like
to.
Jeremy Parrish or somebody. Like you're not.
I mean, he's not buying it to use it. He's buying it to save it for the end times. It's
Yeah,
the,
this is
he's
the equivalent of
archiving. He's
No,
archiving.
dude.
He-
What are you
he's-
talking about? All this shit's gonna be fucking antiquated, probably in,
He's a
in another
prepper. He's a
couple of
video game-
decades. You know, like
It's
he's
for
probably
video
not
game
even gonna be able to
prepper.
hook
Speed
that shit
art
up to a
of
modern
video
screen in another decade or two. He's probably not even gonna be able to hook that thing up. Like,
There isn't
like,
going to be
do you
electricity
understand?
in
Like,
a
it's
decade.
huh?
I said there isn't going to be electricity in a decade.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
maybe,
why I got
but,
solar
like,
panels.
But like what you connect it via HDMI, right?
Yeah.
Like, what
Slade's-
happens when HDMI goes away?
HDMI has been
Well,
around
it's
for
never
20,
gonna-
25 years.
Okay,
It's never going to
and?
happen.
And
They're never going to let that go away.
That's a tomorrow problem,
This
okay?
motherfucker.
That's a 40 years from now problem.
That's the American way.
40 years, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Slade says
Okay.
Chris Davis plays these on his $3,000 bed.
No, it's
No.
way more
I don't
than
have a TV in my
$3,000,
bedroom.
dude.
No.
It's way fucking more than $3,000.
I'm going to be playing it on my LCD TV that I can't pan the camera to.
He can't quite.
I bought. It was the first TV I ever bought back in like 2006 or 2007.
What?
You're hooking that overpriced N64 up to an old TV.
I mean, I don't have a CRT and I'm not going to buy one.
Why not?
I mean, they don't. Make
That's
them
where you
anymore,
draw the
bro.
line.
That's where the money should have gone, Chris. Ah!
See this right here? See this CRT right here?
I can't see it. No, your room is too dark.
But it's
Maya,
there.
take
it's
your
in the
word
dark.
for it.
Just
12
trust him.
I've
$12
got a
at a
giant
Goodwill.
52-inch TV
I
right
have-
over here.
Okay, can I just
$12
say,
at a Goodwill.
for the amount of time we've been doing this podcast with this setup, I don't think I've ever seen Brad turn the light on in that room. And not that there's anything wrong with the way your room looks. It was just
Oh, well,
shocking to see that.
There's boxes all over it from Christmas, but yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. My 4-player minute.
Thank you.
Sorry, did you have anything else you wanted to say, Chris Davis?
No, I
about
want
your-
the bullying to be over. So start your 4-player minute.
Okay. I mean,
You
here,
did
look,
it to yourself. You didn't have to. You can keep these
Look.
secrets to yourself. The shameful
Look.
secrets used to be a segment, but it's not anymore.
I will do one for you to stand in solidarity with you, Chris Davis. All right.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
too made an impulsive purchase. It wasn't
Nice.
nearly as
Yeah.
as intense as yours, I suppose. But I did buy. There's an artist who creates like replicas of like famous things in like movies and TV shows, and he's creating replicas of Dexter's blood slide box, complete with all the blood slides like in
I
the
think
box.
You told us that once.
Complete with
I
real
no,
blood?
I haven't yet. Well, here's the thing: I haven't told anybody this yet, except for John at Dexter Daily.
Robin.
But and
Does
Robin,
Robin
I've told
know?
Robin, of course. I
Okay.
definitely,
And of course my wife.
and of course
John
my
at
wife.
Dexter Daily knows everything about my life.
But the funny thing is, when I bought it, it was like, look, we can't guarantee it'll be there before Christmas because I bought it at like the 10th of December or something like that. And I got an update on it the other day in an email saying, we got a shipping update for you guys, and unfortunately it's not great. And the update literally says, we shipped all the boxes in bulk, but Customs has returned the shipment back to us as they believe the blood on the slides is too realistic, and have classified them as biological specimen.
Whoa.
So we're working on finding a new carrier that is equipped to
Uh,
handle these. So I just thought that was a hilarious update on this purchase. But yeah,
Jeez.
Do
that
you
was my.
know? Do you know what it actually is though? Like, did they just use resin or something?
I think it's just like resin or like some weird mixture of like corn syrup and stuff. I don't know.
Where is this
Um,
guy located?
I think he's in the UK.
Oh
I don't
god
know for sure
damn! You're
exactly,
never
but
getting those slides.
I might never get him. It was only 100. It was only like $100, so it's not like the end of
Eh,
the world. But like I was like, if
$100
by
shipping?
some miracle that if no, but if by some miracle they make it to my doorstep, it'll be
it'd
super
be
cool.
pretty
So,
cool.
but also I will really quickly mention that I did finish Routine on the stream last week, and that game is really cool. Against all odds, I
P6.
don't know. I don't know the full history of like that game's like crazy journey
Nope.
to. I know.
He did not
What?
take the fucking film off the top of that. He has not played that fucking.
I have not.
I saw the film on the screen. He
Yeah.
has not played that once.
I have not, because I have not had a game to play on it. It
Okay.
plays
The whole
Game
point
Boy
of buying the
Advance
shit
games.
is so you can play your old games. The
Yes.
whole point of buying it is so you can play the old games that you
Yes.
have.
Yes. And I've got
Okay.
like 3.
Brad, get it out of your system. All right.
You have 3 of those?
Oh my god. You're
I've
killing
got
me,
3
Smalls.
Game Boy Advance games.
Oh, well, that's just as bad, honestly. Go ahead, Nick. Sorry.
I finished Routine. Okay. I finished Routine. I did it on the stream. And I know this game has like some crazy long history in it, and it probably doesn't even super closely resemble what it was when it started. But having played through that whole thing now, I am very. I haven't felt as kind of like affected by like a science fiction horror game since playing Soma. And I don't know what else to say about it other than that. But like, man, like
Like it
everybody
resonated
talks
with
about
you in
You felt it?
more than a spooky thing.
there are. I mean, it definitely the spooky factor is really cool. But kind of like when you get to the end and you kind of realize what's going on, and they kind of like flip the they do like a really cool flip your play with your expectations, I suppose, in terms of like how you're supposed to feel about certain things. And it isn't quite as like jaw dropping as the ending of Soma, which I still think is like one of the most impressive
Dramatic.
dramatic video game endings ever created,
Traumatic.
because it was traumatic. And yeah, it's not that, but like some of the imagery they hit you with at the end like makes you completely shifts the way you feel about what's going on. And it's just like one of the best examples of like sci-fi horror, in my opinion, like sci-fi horror done right. Like it makes you feel really unsettled. It plays with just kind of like the misguided ambition of man in really interesting ways.
I mean,
The
that's the best
hubris.
science fiction.
The
Yeah.
hubris.
Yeah,
the hubris, yeah.
So
It's,
let me
Did it make
ask.
you? Did
Oh.
it make you think and feel, Nick?
yes, it made me think and feel, and like,
Well, then it's art.
but it's also way more like, I would say it's like way more kind of like mechanically demanding than something like Soma, because it is very puzzle based.
everything's
the
more
way you're
mechanically demanding than Soma.
yeah, but like it's constantly like it's very tactile in the way you have to like interact with the environment and think on your feet. It's really interesting. What was your question, Chris Davis?
I was gonna say, like, so I got to like the second big area where everything is like in the 70s instead of the 80s. And like at the end of like that
Wait.
first area,
The 70s instead of the 80s?
I mean that's the aesthetic that I get from it.
Oh, the aesthetic. You're not talking about like there's an actual shift in time period. Okay.
No.
But
But
like
like
to an older part.
it feels like you go to an older part of the
Yeah.
the lunar station, and like
Yeah.
I feel like it's pretty much laid out what the actual plot line is. Like,
There's
am I?
there's a
Is
pretty
there a lot more?
I mean, a lot. It's not like, I wouldn't say a lot more, but there is definitely a pull the rug out from under you kind of moment
Okay.
towards the very end, and there's certainly some like really creepy revelations where you start to kind of like really figure out how things work. And
It's not some
what has
Atlas is
actually been.
Fontaine bullshit, but it's like
No. I don't. It's one of those things I wouldn't want to spoil for anybody. If you watch my stream, you probably know what I'm talking about. But there's just like you've reached the part where you're now trying to avoid the creature we talked about last week, which is horrifying.
great.
And the stuff they do with it is really, really, really cool. And
Shit.
it led to some really, really great moments
It's
on the
gonna be
stream.
coming up in Game of the Year. You think, Nick?
I'm still kind of trying to figure out my
If
my
you like.
like my list, and I'm thinking, yes, Swanless in chat, Chussy Man is what we've been calling him.
Chussy man?
Chussy Man, yeah.
I don't like
He's got
that.
a chin bussy,
A chest,
a chest bussy,
yeah,
Oh.
bussy, a chussy.
a Chussy. But yeah, I'm still trying to kind of figure out how I
That
feel
can't
and
be
how
the
it
title of
relates.
the
My
episode
list is gonna
tonight.
be no, it's not. I already have a title in mind. But yeah, routine was really cool. It was really affecting, really well done. Atmosphere is just on point. I want to make sure I mentioned it one more time. I know I didn't talk about it in depth tonight, but yeah, really cool game. And that's it. That's my 4-player minute. Guys,
Damn,
that's we've reached the end of the show. Thank you so much for tuning in.
We
Shout
did
out
it.
to everybody who's sent us their questions in so far. Thank you to everyone who supports us on Twitch and Patreon. If you're not in our Discord, we'd love to have you. Discord.gg/4player. We record these episodes Thursday nights at 8 p.m. on Twitch. And yeah, that's all I got. Thanks for tuning in. Brad's still holding up Game Boy Advance games just to show off how many Game Boy Advance games he has compared to Chris Davis.
We can't
Don't
read that
don't
one.
I can't read that. I don't know what to say. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for listening. Again, join us next week on Thursday for our Fantasy Critic Draft / Preview show for 2026, and the week after that should be our 2025 award show. Got some good stuff coming up, and 2026 hopefully is just as good as 2025 in terms of games. Because damn, what a year! We'll see you next time. In the meantime, be good to each other, play video games, and good night.